Welcome into the Cam Strick podcast, episode number 243, presented by Hair Club Cam.
Hell
welcome,
yeah.
Welcome.
Happy Father's Day to all you guys out there.
Yes.
And the weekend was beautiful here in St. Louis, man.
No, it wasn't. It rained all day yesterday.
Well, we needed rain on Sunday. But
it wasn't beautiful. It rained.
Well, Friday and Saturday were the most beautiful
Yes,
days
they
going.
were.
I
Very
fucking
nice.
golfed with Kate's parents, and I didn't get annoyed.
I went golfing, too.
That's when you know the weather's good, when I don't get annoyed golfing with her family.
I went golfing.
With who?
Friday.
Ty? At Top Golf?
At Top
It
Golf.
doesn't count.
Oh, that's not golfing?
It does not count. Top Golf. I like to see your swing, too, by the way. We need it. If you want to go tomorrow, we'll go at noon. But
Can I? No, we're golfing tomorrow.
Yeah, noon. I'll set it up.
There's a few things I need. I got to use your clubs. I'm
not doing that.
borrowing
No.
your
No.
clubs.
No, that's fucking embarrassing.
Why?
That is goddamn embarrassing. You're not using my clubs. You could rent them there, but you're paying for it. And
What's the price on that?
I don't know.
I just need a driver
I
and
don't
a
know.
putter. Maybe a 7. I'll use your 7 or your pitch.
Like, usually when I invite people out, they have golf clubs, or else I'm not inviting you out. Now, we had the Attorney General come out. He didn't have golf clubs, but that's the Attorney General of Missouri.
Was he a bad
He's
golfer?
Terrible.
Like worse than you?
Terrible. We
Listen,
made fun of him the whole time. He had tennis shoes on.
Cam.
He had those, like, cut your grass tennis shoes on.
Okay.
He was awesome.
Stan Smiths.
His name's Andrew Bailey. He was the nicest, coolest guy in the world. Terrible golfer. He didn't have the right etiquette on. He was wearing cargo shorts.
Can you not wear that?
No, you're not supposed
So
to.
what'd they tell him?
Nothing.
I can't wear shorts tomorrow?
You can wear not cargo shorts.
Okay.
You Hoosier.
So a couple things, because I'm setting the ground rules for
Damn.
this.
No, you're not.
It's match play.
Oh, dude, we'll film it, dude. All right. I'm bombing the motherfucking
No,
ball,
we're keeping score.
I've been keeping score.
Have you?
Yes.
What are you shooting, honestly?
The last time.
120?
No, 90s.
No way.
Bogey every hole.
No chance.
Bogey every fucking hole.
You know, I've never-
I'll par or bogey every hole.
You know, I've never kept score.
I know you haven't. You don't golf. You're not a golfer.
No,
you
I'm
don't
going
know what you're doing.
to start doing this
To do it tomorrow.
once a week.
So
with
once you get past an 8, just put an 8 on there, and then we don't go any further.
No, that's not what we're
We're going to
doing.
be there all day. We don't slow. No. See, now you already start.
still lose.
You're already annoying me, and we're not even out there
You
yet.
still lose balls, don't you?
I didn't lose one ball the other night. Not one. We golfed at night, at like 5:50. It was awesome. The sun was coming down.
Evening.
Yeah, evening.
Yeah.
The sun was coming down. It was no.
Cam acts like, hey, we golfed into the dark.
We did.
That's how good I am right now.
No, we did.
golfed in the dark. Didn't lose a ball.
No, we did golf in the dark with with balls that are fucking glow in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did that the other day. Sit down when we're talking about golf. I golf at night. You can golf during the afternoon. You can golf during in the morning. I prefer at 5:30, not with us tomorrow, because it's at the end. The sun's coming down. It's beautiful.
To book an earlier tee time. I'd like to be out
11:30?
there. Well, let's just get out before it gets too hot.
Yeah, I know. Well, we'll be
How's the
sweating our
weather
ass.
tomorrow?
Probably hot. It'll be sticky. Who cares? It's
I'm
sweat,
doing
dude.
like some different things now. Like I will throw like grass in the air to see if the wind's blowing, like which way the wind's going.
Oh,
and
you're gonna
stuff like
drive me
that.
nuts.
So I've got.
I might not do.
I'm
this.
a different golfer than what
You
you've
can't
seen
be.
last
But you
time.
can't be like annoying. You know what I mean? Like you.
Cam, I'm
you're already-
professional. I've been
you're already
watching
inviting
a
your-
golf PGA show.
I watch it all
on Netflix. It's one of my favorite shows. You got Kepka. They're showing his house. He's got a sick house. He met his wife. She slid into his DMs.
Oh yeah, fucking A.
Jenna Sims.
Yeah.
You know who she is?
No.
She's okay.
Oh really?
I mean,
She's sliding into DMs.
she's sliding into DMs, but like for her to like slide in and then that be the one, like I was, because he's got a lot of options, I would imagine.
It's kind of like if a girl bangs you the first night, you know.
What is that telling you?
Well, it just says that, she's banging you the first fucking night. She didn't even know you. She's banging you already.
Kate, Kate do that?
Fuck no. Fuck me 2 months.
Oh my God.
Fucking beating my dick off like
Really?
a psychopath. I'm like, but I was running. Like, she had to do that with me, man. Like, she
Were
had
you
to put her.
dating for 2 months?
Yeah.
And how old were you?
27, 28.
Yeah, see, I don't think you have very good game.
Okay, Andy.
Okay?
I was wheeling every girl in this town. Every fucking girl in this
2
town.
months.
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay,
You don't think you understand.
so she
I
wanted to get to know you.
Yes, I was a fucking psycho. I had for one of the first dates I took her out to was Lady Gaga. I'm in my buddy's big box. I brought another girl out and had Travis take care of Kate.
Lady Gaga.
Yeah, I went to Lady Gaga.
You know, I
concert.
went there with my wife, too. She was pregnant.
Cool. Anyway, so like I just
She wanted to go. I got her tickets.
I know that's fine, Andy.
Okay.
But I'm explaining something. Like I was running through so many different girls in this town. Like I needed to fucking calm down, and she knew I was a wild man, And so she took her time with me, and rightfully so.
That means she didn't really like you at first, or what?
I just think that she was, I mean, I schmoozed the shit out of her, but like I think she was just hesitant, as a woman should. If a girl comes right over and bangs you the first night, you're like, oh, like just remember that, you know, it's all good. Just remember that.
You really think that? Because a lot of guys are looking for that right off the bat.
Well, fuck yeah, dude. I'm just talking about dating material. I mean, if she's doing that, she doesn't even know you, but she's like, okay, I'm gonna.
Were you looking to date and like settle down?
Yeah, I was at that time, 100%, man.
2 months.
I needed help, dude.
Wow.
I needed things. I needed a woman in my life, a consistent, something consistent, man.
Did she ever sleep over at the house?
Well, yeah, Andy. I'd sleep at her house because she had a house in Webster, which is closer to the city. So anytime we're partying downtown, I'd spend a night
And
at
you
her
guys
house.
wouldn't like hook up or anything?
After a while, yes. After we went on like a couple dates and stuff like that, and I started taking her places. I took her on my boat, and then we started doing it, man. But her roommates were so annoying. She had 3 roommates that like I went to school with, you know. And they were, God, and they were just like in my business so fucking much. Like, what are you doing? What's he doing? What's going on there? Oh, I heard this. I'm like, oh God, okay. So then I started like having Kate just drive out to my house in Eureka. Like, I ain't going to your house anymore.
No, I got you.
I know they're annoying.
So, listen, back to the golf real quick because I've adjusted my swing as well, and I've made some changes. Do you know that according to the tracker on at Topgolf? Like what's a good drive in your opinion? What yardage should you be?
Down the pipe? If you Andy went 200 down the pipe, that's a good drive.
What if it's like 170?
170 fine. You're down the pipe, dude. You're like a woman, but that's okay.
Really?
Kind of.
Are they driving at 160, 170?
Yeah. Yeah, they are. Yes, they are. There's girls in my subdivision that could fucking hit it that far.
My ball's hooking to the
right.
Slicing to
You're
the right.
Slicing to the right.
Why am I doing that?
I do the same thing. Now adjust your body and use your slice. So if you can't fix it, fucking use it. Turn your body a little bit.
I thought about that.
It's cutting off a lot of yardage because of the slice, but you'll get it down the pipe. That's all you need to do.
Is it okay if I bring a caddy?
No, you're just getting stupid.
No, is it okay if I bring
No,
one?
it's just like I'm talking to a fucking child, dude. No, seriously.
I have someone carry my bag and give me some advice on which clubs to use.
Have a caddy's fucking great.
Actually, they'll carry your bag since I'm borrowing
since you
your
don't,
clubs.
since you don't have one. You're not borrowing my clubs because I'm not a fucking Hoosier. Can't be a Hoosier out in St. Albans, dude. I'm sorry. We're not at the fucking Creve Coeur Racket Club. You know, this is a real deal, and you can't just come there and be like, hey, this is what I want. No. I'll tell you what the fuck.
The people at the Creve Coeur Racket Club are golfing, and they.
Oh yeah, where at Creve Coeur Racket Club golf course?
Well, no, they belong to courses.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Listen, Kate was hitting the ball the other day. She got a little skirt on. Because golf clothes with girl, it's fucking sexy. She hit the ball, fucking 100-something down the pipe. And I'm like, it was the sexiest goddamn thing. She's starting to swing and connect. Yeah. And I think it's fucking hot.
Well, no, that's good.
And then she gets frisky.
I like that.
After we golf together, like if I'm bombing, like I think she gets frisky and she wants to get down with it.
I don't know if I believe that anymore.
She wants to get down with it.
After you had to wait 2 months.
Anytime Kate watches me play hockey too, she gets frisky.
Yeah.
I know. It's a sexy thing when you're good at things, Andy. Unfortunately, you're not.
I want to believe that. I don't know if I can believe that anymore. I don't know if you have all this, wheeling ability that you speak of.
I don't know. Look at me. I'm a fucking mutant. Good. I scare girls. Like I look terrible. Like I'm still a charmer, but it's not about that anymore. Like, I entertain. It's about entertaining, man.
How'd your dad enjoy his Father's Day?
My dad freaked me out the other day. I went over there, and he looks good. Looks skinny, like ripped out, looks tan. He's all cut up nice.
What is he? Is he working out?
No, because he can't really work out, but he walks a dog all day. He's eating healthy. Just looks good. And he goes, "Hey, I need to tell you something." I go, motherfuck, what? I'm like, about to cry. Like, what are you going to tell me? You got cancer. Like, what is it? He said, I've been walking down at the park, and I met a woman. I go, oh. I was like, oh, relieved. But I'm like, wait, what? He goes, don't think it like that. He goes, her husband died. I've been seeing her down at the park when I walk Tucky, and we just been connected, and I've been lonely. And there's nothing more to it, but she's my friend, and I kind of need somebody to talk to. And I kind of got weirded out. And I go, what?
Is Tucky your dog?
That's my dad's dog.
That you gave him a long time ago?
No, that was Callie. No, Tucky's
Okay,
was
so
from day
can
one.
I set the scene here? Because Cam called me very stressed out.
I was really weirded out.
He was very upset.
You're coming into my life now, woman, and my I'm not
Who
there
gave-
yet.
Who?
I'm not there yet.
What kind of therapy session did I provide for you?
You did.
Though?
About time you do, Andy, because, usually Andy, like, talk. I could always tell when I'm talking to Andy about something in my personal life because he's looking down on his phone on Twitter and talking to other people because he doesn't give a fuck about what I do or anything like that. But anytime Andy calls me about anything with his family, I give him my full attention. That's just a difference. I'm a good teammate. He's not. But I did call him on this particular thing because I know Andy had to go through this as a kid too, in a different way with your mom and stuff like that. And Andy gave me good advice, man. Like you truly did. I was weirded out. You know that too.
Yes.
I was fucking freaked out.
And
but I want him to be happy.
Yes.
And if that makes him fucking happy, then I'll suck it up and I'll be nice. I'll be nice.
The advice that I gave Cam. I said, listen, these older people, they go through their entire life. Those who stay married, especially the men, reliant on their wife for a lot of things.
Oh God, yeah.
They're not as independent as I am, or a lot of our listeners who can grocery shop for themselves,
pay bills,
who can cook for themselves,
yes,
who can pay bills,
get organized,
who can stay organized and do all of that. I mean, most of us, have that ability, but a lot of people from his generation never really did that. They relied solely on their wife for everything.
Yeah, I know.
So when they're by themselves, that can be a very, very lonely feeling, right? So sometimes they just want a companion. They want a friend. They want somebody to put dinner on the table and just to kind of hang out with, too.
It's more just talk and listen to our podcast.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Listen to the radio show.
She's going to listen to that?
No, my dad has it on in the back deck, and I know she came over and sat in the back deck with him the other day. And I just,
What does she think of you? Does she meet you?
Oh, she knows me. Oh, yeah. And her family does and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Of course, she's keep it in the inner circle.
But I don't fuck her. Like, she's I mean, I bet she's fucking nervous. Like, I don't put up with this shit, man. Like, I'm not used to this. My mom went through hell, and it's just my dad had to go through hell with my mom.
The hardest thing for you, I would imagine, is because your mom just recently passed. So that's different.
Fucks me up.
But I will say, you're not. 10 years old, 12 years old. Yeah. He doesn't have kids in the house.
No.
So it shouldn't be as awkward for you
it's not used to
as it would be for a kid who all of a sudden, like, their parents get divorced or whatever. Now mom's got, like, a new guy hanging out at the house.
Oh, fucking no shit.
And kind of tell you what to do every once.
Motherfucker.
I never really had to deal with that. My mom she only had like one or two boyfriends after my parents got divorced.
That would motherfucker.
And one of them, she ended up remarrying and being together with him for like 20 plus years or something like that. So, but he never crossed that line with me ever. Never stayed at the house when I was still living there ever. Yeah. Not once. She would always stay at his house only, which is why I'd always have the parties at my house all the time because she would never be there during the weekends. She used to leave money for me on Friday and be like, "Hey, here's money for dinner on Friday and Saturday."
That's fine.
And I was like a senior in high school. I could easily handle that. But yeah, so I think you gotta cut him some slack and just kind of monitor the situation, support him in it.
I did,
and let him do his thing.
He knew I was freaked out, and he called me after I talked to you. He goes, "Hey, I go, it's all good." I go, I just don't want to go over there.
She's not replacing your mom. You know what I'm saying?
I just don't want to. I'm not ready to see her in my old house yet. So I'm not ready to walk in.
Because that's a quick rebound.
I am not. If you wanted me to meet her at a park, I'll come down there and see mom's.
Nothing wrong with that.
And I want to say hi, but I don't want to see her at the house because I don't know how I'm going to react to it. That's all. And I don't want to make it about me. I'm just. I fucking. You're coming into my fucking family now. Mm-hmm. Like, you're starting to creep in. Other women that are divorced in that street are starting to creep in a little bit.
The word is out?
No, it's fuck yeah, it is. And I don't like it. And, some of them might be like, hey, I feel for your dad. But I don't.
What is your dad like a ladies' man?
I don't, yes, he is. He's a smooth talker. He's got a great smile. He's funny. He's my dad. Fuck.
I think you should.
He's got the last name.
I think you should get to know her.
I do, but not at the house.
Does
I'm
she
not ready
have kids?
for that. Yes.
Daughters?
They went to Eureka.
And you know the daughters?
Yep.
Oh, no. You have history with the family?
Motherfucker.
You guys over there, man, you guys don't branch out of your
What are you talking
of your zip code. I mean, everybody knows everybody. Like you live in like you're from Mayberry or something.
I mean, Eureka's a small town, dude. Went to high school there. It's a big high school. Went to small town. I know everybody. You know,
it's not that small.
It's fucking huge.
No, it's huge. Yeah,
Eureka
so
High
how do you
School
know
is
everybody,
huge.
and everybody just knows everybody?
I played in the NHL. What do you expect? You crazy?
Okay,
you played 10 years for the. I played for the Blues.
Okay,
Andy.
The difference between
Andy forgets that sometimes. Like he honestly forgets it sometimes.
Cam.
I was talking to Andy the other day, and he's like, if I played in the NHL, I'd be this. I'm like, what? If only you played in the NHL. You're so out of touch. How do you know everybody in Eureka? I went there. I lived there. I played in the NHL for the fucking team, and I lived in Eureka. Why wouldn't I know everybody?
Okay, there's a difference between them knowing who you are versus knowing them, is what I'm saying. Then admit that. Like, there's a difference.
Okay.
There.
I just know.
So I'm not saying they wouldn't know who you are. I'm saying you actually know them. How do you know everybody?
I went to school with them.
Well, there you go. There's the answer.
I mean, you're acting like it's like a fucking like.
But I'm saying it's not that small of a town where everybody just knows everybody.
It was when I first moved there. Mm-hmm. Now it's not. It's huge now. But
is everybody nice there?
Fuck yeah.
Eureka didn't have that reputation,
nice.
When I was growing up. We were always led to believe that Eureka was a little rough around the edges.
Shit-kicking motherfuckers come from Eureka, boy. Shit-kicking motherfuckers, man. All those shit-kickers grew up out in fucking. They live in Eureka. They live in Cedar fucking Hill. They live in House Springs. Michael Chandler to Evan Elder, me.
Don't know who that is.
UFC. Fucking
oh, really?
Michael Chandler's fighting Conor McGregor in December. He's from out yonder by me, dude. Badass son of a bitch. Mm. Yeah, you mean shit kickers live out there.
Yeah, well, I got one in my neighborhood right now, too.
I bet you do.
Tyron Woodley?
I bet you do. He's from your neighborhood?
He is. Well, I don't know if he's from there, but he lives there now.
Well, yeah, he lives there now. He's not from there.
In fact, I just picked up Chloe from Six Flags.
Oh, God. And how was that?
It was great, actually.
She like it?
Oh, yeah. It was great. But when I picked her up, she asked if she could bring some friends home. So I had like 5 kids in the car. One of them was Tyron Woodley's son.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's like a badass soccer player.
I doubt that Tyron Woodley is from Ladue. Just saying.
Well, he might be.
I bet he's not. I bet he's not.
He's probably not.
Fuck no, man.
But he
probably grew up in the fucking inner city, hardcore.
Well, you just never know. I don't know where he's from.
I'd bet on it.
I don't even know if he's from St. Louis.
I think he is. I think he went to, I don't know, we can look that up in 2 seconds. Tyron Woodley. Where is he from, Brody? But anyway, look, I don't mean to be like, it just weirded me out the other day. And I did call Andy right immediately because I just knew Andy, for once, could actually, talk to me and be a real person instead of looking at his phone like he's doing right now.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah. Ferguson, Missouri. There you go. Oh, yeah, he's from Ladue. 13 children. He's one of 13. Oh my God. That's another bizarre thing.
When you have 12 brothers and sisters.
Like our
Brian
buddy,
Boyle.
Like Brian Boyle, I go, that's ridiculous. You didn't even get to know remember Brian said.
Do you watch him on NHL Network?
Yeah, he's good.
He's very good.
He's damn good. He's handsome. He's big. He's cool.
Very confident.
Well, look at him.
I think he brings listen, there's a lot of analysts out there who are really, really good, but so many of them are removed from the game. Even 10, 15 years. Things have changed. 20 years. You always still know the game and whatever, but there's some level of confidence and credibility that some of these guys who are fresh out of the game that they bring when they're well-spoken and they truly can break it down and they can analyze.
Oh, dude, he's awesome.
And what I love about it is you get a lot of analysts, some of them who aren't normally in that situation where they got a current guy sitting right next to them, and they may give their opinion on something, and they got such conviction in their opinion, and he's kind of like, no, not really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I know this because I've been in the locker room. The guy's like, no, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm seeing some of that, because he's a guy who's like, I just retired a year or two ago, whatever. That's different versus a guy who maybe retired, 15 years ago.
Well, anyway, about him growing up with 50 different siblings, which is just the most ridiculous, stupid thing in the world, in my opinion.
No, it's not.
Oh, I think
it's religious.
I think it's ridiculous. And I'll give you an example. Number one. Mm-hmm. Remember, he said he was 13 years old, and he goes, every one of my siblings were out of the house, and I finally got to sit down and have a conversation with my father.
Yeah.
When he was 13.
Mother and father at the table.
At the table. He's like, I was so nervous. I go, that's fucking ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first time you're 13 years old is when you have a legit conversation with your mom and dad because there's no other noise in the house. That is ridiculous to me. That's all.
Yeah, but you could say the same thing if you're one of 3 or 4.
Well, I mean, it's still like, okay, but yeah, you could be a bad parent and not pay attention to a kid. But you could be a good parent, but you have 50 of them, and you just can't get to every single one. And I think that's selfish of the parents to have that many kids. That's my opinion.
Even if it's for religious reasons?
Well, what is Jesus saying, have 50?
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, are you talking to him? How about Jesus would say, I'm going to give you 5. How about you have 5 so you could give them all equal attention?
Tell me this, though. What is it in the Catholic religion that supports the idea of having that many kids? What do we know about that?
I think back in the day it's for work. You know, you have a ton of kids back in the day because you got them work on the farm.
We got to fact check that.
Well, that's
Brody,
legit.
Look up why Catholics have so many
I don't know.
kids.
I don't know.
And Amish.
And Christian.
I think Amish people.
Well, why do you think they do, Andy?
Is it Mormons who do or no?
Mormons do too.
They have a lot of kids?
I guess.
A lot of wives.
Yeah.
Well, no, they do. I watch Sister Wives. You ever seen that show?
No.
That one guy, he's got like 5 wives,
Yeah.
and they all live in the same house.
So weird.
Different
Muslims
areas,
do that too.
and they have kids with each of the wives.
Yeah.
It's an amazing show. You should go watch Sister Wives.
Yeah, I will.
Although I think some controversy came out about that. Something negative.
How about the Nelk Boys, who have the biggest podcast going?
Okay,
basically.
so I just looked that up. I wasn't familiar with
Hold on,
who
let me
they
explain
are.
it.
Yeah.
So the Nelk Boys are fucking gigantic. They're pretty cool, man. Like they've been doing it since they were a kid. First
They've
they
had
started
like OJ
pranking.
and stuff on
Yes, Elon fucking
Musk,
Donald
yeah,
Trump.
I saw that.
They got Dana White. They got
So what's
monsters.
the background with those guys?
So they started pranking people off the bat on YouTube, and they became YouTube sensation. Then they started a podcast.
What does Nelk stand for? Do you know?
Don't know. No idea. It's kind of goofy, but I don't know. But I like these guys. They have all the big dogs on. But they wanted to be part of the Stanley Cup final.
So in what way?
I think that, hey, hook us up. We got the biggest podcast going. We have 50 million people listening. A lot of young kids that you desperately need for this sport of yours, NHL. And they're probably like, I want to go to Vegas. Can we be a part of whatever? Just like Barstool does with the Spittin' Chicklets and stuff like that. And they're way bigger than Spittin' Chicklets. And the NHL turned them down. And so Dana White comes up.
But they'll let like the guy, like the bar down guy or whatever.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And listen,
And
nothing
that's a
against
hockey
him and whatever.
Yeah, but you're not getting new fans from him.
Right.
All those fans that listen to him are already
They're
paying
already
attention.
hockey
The
fans,
Nelk Boys have people everywhere. I mean, they got the biggest podcast going.
So I saw this a few weeks ago with Dana White.
And Dana White's like, they're a bunch of old motherfuckers and just bashed the NHL marketing and all that
really
stuff.
bashed him.
Bashed
you think
him.
he's bashing the league or individual teams? Like, what is it?
I think it's a little bit of everything. I think it's like, you're going to turn down the biggest podcast. And what for? What did they do?
Well, that's the.
Well, what'd they do?
What did they do?
Because they got Trump on? Is that what it is? What is it? Are they anti-trans?
What would they be worried that they would maybe do?
I don't know. I just think that they're somewhat kind of right-wing-ish, and that turns off big corporations. That turns them off.
Are there other corporations who have turned them down before?
I don't know. Probably not.
You think like the NFL would? No, the NFL doesn't need them.
Well, NFL don't need them. The NHL 1,000%
Okay, so
does.
All right. So Dana White,
Yeah.
the head of the UFC.
I like Dana, dude.
So
he did smack his wife around, but
oh my God, he did do that.
Yeah.
And he survived that.
Oh yeah.
Well, don't condone that part of it.
Who did?
Okay. So
Good God.
So he comes out and just completely bashes them. I mean, most people probably have seen this by now. What was your reaction when you saw that?
Ding, ding, ding.
What do you think the league thinks when they see that?
They're probably, we did the right thing. You guys, man, they don't even know how to market anyway.
I look at it a couple different ways. I was telling somebody this the other day. I've been inspired after watching the movie Air. Like, one of my dream jobs would be, I'd like to be the guy who signs lucrative endorsement deals with NHL players, finds them real deals. I don't know if agents do a good enough job with it. I don't know if they're really looking for it. You know, outside of like hockey companies, you know, like, okay, we'll get you a deal with Bauer, you know, and they'll pay you $25,000, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm talking about real deals. Now, the McDavid, Crosbys, I'm sure they have some major endorsement deals up in Canada. Matthews. We don't see it here. I'll tell you this right now. For all y'all in Canada, Connor McDavid is not on a Gatorade commercial in the States. Okay?
No one even knows him down here.
Crosby's not on a Gatorade commercial in the States. Neither is Austin Matthews. Now,
Crosby might have been on a couple things.
I don't think so.
Or was it?
Maybe during a hockey game, like a MasterCard commercial or something like that, only shown during hockey games.
Does he want to do that stuff, though?
Okay, so it's good that you bring that up because as much as the NHL needs to do a better job marketing, we've been saying this for years and years and years. This is nothing new. Listen, Dana White saying it brings a lot of attention to it. They've been so bad at marketing NHL players forever. But then even like I'm watching like some of the stuff with Vegas and, you know, listen, I love Jack Eichel. But if I'm a corporate CEO, what's he going to do for me? Like if I go and sign Jack Eichel and I'm watching a video of him working at like a drive-thru with like that chicken restaurant or something like that. Zero personality. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you get a few drinks in him at the parade.
Yeah,
he's like
funny.
walking around like, and okay, but like he's not like shit-faced in a commercial and whatever. What is he going to do for me? They don't have any personality, Cam, some of these guys, when they talk, when they do interviews. Like they're like nervous.
Hi, I like this company.
So I got to get some slack to like a CEO of a major corporation here in the States when you look at what an NHL player can do for you versus a popular NFL or NBA player. Man, they just don't bring the same level of charisma sometimes.
Maybe if they would have had the Nelk boys in Vegas interviewing some of these guys, interviewing some players that are winning awards or something like that, bring them in and show their personality
I'd
off
like to see
in
it.
a long interview like what we bring out of guys.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
We get the best out of these guys. The Nelk
right.
boys will get the best out of them. But you shunned them away. You shunned them away.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, dude.
Because then you know, maybe there would be something interesting with that. I just feel like the NHL relies on celebrities from other sports sometimes to bring them attention. Like, I love the fact that Charles Barkley is a hockey fan. I think it's great.
You're lucky you have.
But like that now it's like, we need to bring Chuck on all the time to get more attention
John
for
Hamm
the NHL.
everywhere.
No, he's the NBA guy. And not saying that he can't cross over and be a influencer in hockey. I mean, I think it's great for hockey.
Yeah.
But when you need him to actually like be like, oh, it's just so great that we have Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
When you need to rely on Charles Barkley, who's a giant from another sport, to give your sport attention.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know, man. There's got to be some diamonds in the rough. Players in the NHL, you know, PK's trying to do his thing, but again, I don't see him like, you know, on a whole lot of like endorsement deals and commercials and stuff like that. You know, I'm waiting for it. Who's the players that are going to step
David
up and have some
Pastrnak has a big one.
personality? And he's done some Dunkin' Donuts, but I think you probably only see those commercials
Those pasta.
during hockey.
I saw something because there's some podcasts out there that I follow.
Mm-hmm.
They just do ranks, you know what I mean? Like, they don't have a long-form podcast like us. They don't get anybody on. They say the top 10, da-da-da, and they just talk about it. And I respect that because it's easy for, like, content with us and shit.
Yeah.
And they had the 5 biggest marketing players, and I think Pasta's, like, number 1.
Sure.
And then it's, like, Austin Matthews with something else, and then Sid, and then something
So Austin
something.
Matthews, he's one of the biggest names. Like, listen, you ever see him get interviewed? He is so boring.
Horrible. I don't even listen.
And it's like, okay, he's tight with Bieber and kind of runs in like a circle where maybe you could like make him like cool and whatever. And it's like he doesn't even have any interest in like doing it.
I know.
So listen, I like Austin, man. I think he's a hell of a player. I'm not chirping Austin. All I'm saying is his personality doesn't necessarily like scream, hey, I'm gonna like invest hundreds of thousands of dollars in this guy to market my product, because he just doesn't. He doesn't smile. He doesn't. You know, Matthew Tkachuk has some personality. You know, like Ryan Reeves has some personality.
Patty,
but
you know,
Patty. But these aren't household names across the sports landscape. And you know, if you're like I said, if you're a CEO and you're going to invest significant money, like real dollars, and you have the option to get an athlete from another sport, like I can understand why they go that way. I just think some of the players, man, you got to take it upon yourself.
Yeah.
You got your social media, you got all that, you got everything in terms of an opportunity to create additional opportunities for yourself and a personality for yourself, man. Just to take advantage of that and do it. I don't think they really care to do it.
No, they probably don't. You know, but yeah, you could pick another athlete out in football. It's going to cost you more money. Mm-hmm. You know, hockey players are probably pretty cheap.
But they'll spend it.
They'll spend it. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I think there's a lot more personality than you think in hockey.
There is.
You just gotta get it out of them. You know, look what we're doing. What do you say? Husey, where the hell's he at, man? Him and Cole Caulfield and our boy Ziggy.
Oh, yeah.
Were they at the PGA?
Zegers is a personality.
Yeah, I know. Oh, they're at the F1. See, the F1 is kicking the shit out of NASCAR because they're catering to younger crowd.
Yeah.
Like NASCAR's old, they're losing sponsors. F1's like the real deal, money making, fucking.
But we just knew they were there because he posted on his like Instagram. They really weren't doing a whole lot of stuff there, so it's cool that they were there. But also, you know, Cam, just think about if you're a CEO though. Like, is Trevor Zegers a big enough name to do like a national advertising campaign? Are people going to know who that is?
No, I don't think so.
That's the question. Who's the NHL player that carries that type of weight and that type of reach?
Ovi. Happy Juneteenth, by the way. It's a big deal.
I saw some NHL teams tweet about that.
It's a big deal, man.
Yes.
A big deal. Texas.
What do you know about it?
1863 were the last ones. I believe it was Galveston, Texas. Emancipation Proclamation. They're the last.
Very good high school football.
They're the last group to be freed. And I think Juneteenth, today is Monday. We're bringing this out tomorrow. We should be a national holiday. We work today. Like, why the fuck are we working today? We should all be off. They made it a national holiday. We're still working. It's a big fucking deal.
Then we should be off.
That's a big deal what happened.
Well,
1863.
Then we should be off.
That's a big goddamn deal. Should be all fucking work. Everybody.
You should put that on
I think banks
Twitter.
Put
that on Twitter right now.
I don't touch shit with Twitter. Not when it comes to that.
Why not?
Because they're going to be, because psychos on Twitter are going to be like, huh, that's all you care about. You know what I mean? So
I'm not trying to bash anybody getting back to the marketing, man. I'm just saying, like, they're in a tough spot. So if you need like the Nelk boys who are like super popular to bring attention, because it's about them, it's not about the player.
No shit.
So if you need like, I don't know why you wouldn't want that, but I say that not knowing a ton about the Nelk boys, man. So
is there a statement from the NHL that says why they wouldn't have them on there? I'm sure we're gonna get texts and stuff. Cam, he said this about somebody. I'm like,
but I will say
fucking what?
Listen, the marketing.
It ain't Alex Jones.
The marketing ideas from the league. And what they've shown they're capable of doing from a marketing standpoint,
you know,
it's like the most recycled. Likely, everybody's just recycled. It's just the same.
Like even like
nothing changes.
Like this,
it's never changed. Hockey's gotten more popular. You've got social media, but in reality, from a marketing standpoint, we've been saying this for years and years and years. It's never changed.
They don't even know how to come up with their own music. The NHL, I think it was ESPN, literally stole Edwin Diaz's walk-up song as a closer that blew up the trumpet, you know, with the Mets. The trumpet guy.
Yeah.
Like, that's a baseball fucking thing. That is a baseball thing. And then you take that, and that's your main theme song for ESPN.
Really?
Yes.
They were using that?
Yes.
When the closer comes out from the Mets?
Yeah, who's hurt right now, is signed for like $150 million. It's a trumpet thing. It blew up everywhere. It's significant to him and baseball. But the fucking NHL, like just little things like this, they're so dumb. Like, that's a popular song. Let's take it and use it. No, that's a baseball thing. Find your own something and make it different and cool and NHL. Like, that's NHL. You're just taking things from that, do this, do that. Worried about offending people, you know. Lord.
Well, that's what I'm trying to understand is like who would be offended by that.
Always everybody's offended by everything, Andy. You know how it goes. Sometimes you got to tell them to go fuck themselves.
Well, you know what? Sometimes a guy like Dana White needs to come out and like, I think that could be the best thing for hockey.
I agree. To get chirped a little bit. Wake up.
Like let them know. Because they're not attracting the younger audience.
No.
The pace of play and like watching the games and stuff is what.
It's cool.
They like doing that. They like, you know, for kids who live in an NHL city, they support their team.
That's it, though.
They're not necessarily hockey fans across the board.
You're right. Andy, look at the numbers. And now, granted, the NBA's on Channel 2 and Channel 2, where hockey was on TNT. So their numbers are going to be bigger. But in St. Louis, the fans here love the Blues.
Channel 2? What are you talking about?
Well, wasn't the NBA Finals on network television instead of cable? So that the
ABC,
numbers are
yes.
Okay, ABC. So your numbers are automatically going to go up because no one watches cable anymore.
Right.
They don't. So TNT. So you can't be like,
nobody watches cable. Honestly,
no, they don't. Yeah, it's gone down big time. Cable has gone down big time. There's so many streaming services and stuff like that, Andy. So people don't.
So they watch it. They watch the game, but
because
they don't watch it. They watch it through their streaming device.
No. My point is, when you're on cable, No one has cable anymore. Okay.
Really?
No, they don't.
Should I cancel my cable?
No, I don't. I like it still. I still watch it, but a lot of people do, and a lot of people have canceled it. My point is, like, you read an article in the paper in St. Louis, more people watch the NBA finals than NHL, and in St. Louis. But we don't have an NBA team here. But why are more people watching NBA finals and not the NHL finals? It's odd to me. Now, again, it's on ABC.
You're tracking a much wider audience in the NBA than you do in the NHL.
Well, it's like you have an NHL team here. The numbers should be a lot more for.
I hear you, but you know what I'm saying. Like, even in a local market, there's a big segment of that population that probably isn't watching hockey, but they are watching the NBA.
Yeah, maybe.
And a lot of the hockey fans are still watching the NBA. Listen, we talked to NHL players. Did they all watch the NBA?
Really?
Oh yeah. Remember Chris Weidman said? And then Jack Eichel was interviewed because they blew it out of proportion that he didn't know who Charles Barkley was.
I doubt that.
You don't think he knew who he was?
You think a lot. I remember playing in.
Cam, how would they not know who Charles? He's one of the biggest celebrities on TV.
It's ridiculous.
So he came out and he said, "This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard." Of course, I know who Charles Barkley is. I was in a conversation with somebody. He walked up very quickly and said, "Hey, great to meet you. Whatever, blah blah blah. You're a great player," and walked away. It wasn't like
they blew it up like a bunch of assholes.
Well, Barkley did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. He did on TNT.
Because Barkley's on every network
Yeah.
in hockey now. It's like John Hamm was before, remember?
So you think, and I played, again, my whole life in locker rooms. I don't know that many people I play with that watch fucking basketball.
I think these young guys do
They might now, but not when I played.
Yeah.
It was never a conversation.
But they did.
Think about the locker
back
room.
in like the Jordan era and that era of
Well, Jordan
NHL
might be a different
player,
thing.
you know?
Jordan might be a different animal.
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah, sometimes you're going to watch fucking Michael Phelps swim, but you're not going to watch some other dude swim. Yeah, okay, Jordan's there. He's the best player ever in any sport. Okay, yeah, there he is. But playing in a locker room, I don't ever remember anybody even talking about basketball.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think people are like diehard fans. I think the American NHL player is more into it than the Canadian player.
Yeah, maybe. I think Canadians
Canadians
are into baseball more.
I think if you were to ask like Zegras and Hughes and those guys, they know what's up with the NBA.
Probably, because you can sit courtside and stuff like that. And Anaheim, I don't know what they have there. But again, I just remember like, I don't know one person that's like, fuck, let's watch the fucking Pistons are on tonight.
What'd you think of Vegas's celebration?
Oh, man, Big Willie doing his thing. I hate when they try to get him off, like the lady.
What was that lady doing?
Like,
what was her
down.
problem?
Calm down.
I thought it was his wife at first, and I'm like, okay, that's not his wife. Because I looked her up on Instagram.
No. That ain't his wife.
That is not his wife.
His
wife has flowing blonde hair.
Hotness.
Oh, my God.
Hotness. I love Willie Carlson. Fucking awesome.
He is awesome.
I love it.
But, like, the fans are loving it. It's like when Brett Hall did his thing here in St. Louis, man. That's the most entertaining part about the parade. I didn't think Vegas did anything like overwhelming or special during the actual parade route. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they're getting out and doing their thing.
Yeah, but nothing like we hadn't seen. Wasn't crazy. Like they're a cool team. I don't. They're not as cool as like Washington Capitals, for example, a few years back doing their thing. But like Vegas, they do everything big. And listen, people watch the parades now because they want to see how drunk the players are and how shit-faced they are, and what are they going to say when they get on stage. That woman, though.
Calm down.
She was going absolutely crazy, and then she like was seriously angry about it.
Calm down. It ain't about you. Calm down. No one cares that he's acting a fool.
Well, you know what? She's probably being
no one cares.
Instructed to do that.
Calm down.
Like if anybody is, acting crazy or crossing the line.
What do you expect?
I know.
It's going to happen. Calm down.
These guys have been drinking for like 4 or 5 days straight. You put them on stage and give them a microphone.
Biggest moment of their life. Let them be crazy. That's the funny part. Like, calm down a little bit. You need all the attention you can get.
You do.
Even if it's goofy.
You do.
Get it.
And you know what?
Calm down.
And it's getting a ton of attention.
Oh, shit.
William Karlsson coming on there and being like, we kicked the shit out of Arizona. He said, I was great, but our team was greater or whatever. He said,
I scored. I'd love it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Now it makes you like.
I like him.
You like William Karlsson even more now.
I want to party with him. I want to party with him.
And Marcia Show.
Yes. Big old legs on him. No shirts on. I love it, dude. I wouldn't have a shirt on. Fuck yeah. Just fucking cut up. Look fucking badass. Falling down. Hair's all slicked back. I love it, dude. And it's like weird, man. Those guys are going to be partying so long until the wife says, okay, get back home. We got 3 kids. You've been partying for 2 months straight.
I don't know.
Oh, man. I remember talking to a couple cats, and I'm like, dude, you're still going. He goes, oh, my God, my wife hates me.
Yeah.
I go, it was such a lovely thing
Well,
for a
especially
while.
when they're going to each other's parties.
No,
and stuff
Andy,
like
that's what I'm
that.
talking about.
Yeah.
You're going. There's a couple guys we know.
Yeah.
They're like fucking going everywhere. And I'm like, what's up? Like, when was the last time you were home? He's like, I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
My wife hates me right now.
I know.
But there's no way I'm going to say no. I have to go. This is the biggest party of my life.
Yeah.
I worked my ass off for this. I can't listen to her right now. I know the kids are at home.
Mm-hmm.
We got money. They're going to be okay. We want to get a fucking nanny. You get a nanny. I'm partying. But after a while, they're like, no, I need my husband back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit if you want anymore. I need you. The kids need you. And I don't know what you're doing. You know.
As much as Vegas annoyed me the last couple of years, I was
I
not a
love
fan
them.
of Vegas
I love
at
them,
all.
dude.
This team, I don't know, just felt a little bit
They're
different.
awesome.
Like, they were so good.
They're
It was hard to
awesome.
not like them.
They're tough. They're big. They're fast. They're skilled. They're fun. They got superstars.
They did spend like $96 million.
So what? That's what you do. Well, sometimes you got to spend a ton of money. Sometimes you got to spend a ton of money.
Sometimes you
Sometimes you
got
got to cheat the system. Well, yeah. Just like with fucking Tampa
Mm-hmm.
and Coochie.
Do you think teams will start, and I don't know if they're in position to do it,
What?
just trading away all their first-round picks?
To go for it in 6 years? Hell yeah. How many of those picks are going to hit? You know?
Well, you look at their first-round picks, I don't know. Not too many. I mean, they've had some good
I
ones,
know,
but
but-
no like real, like Suzuki's probably the best one of all of them.
Sometimes you got to go for it.
But you get Jack Eichel, who's like in his mid-20s. He was at what is he now? How old's? Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he's prime.
He's going to be great for a long time. You took a little bit of a risk with the neck injury, but he's
They did their
unbelievable.
homework on that.
yeah. You get Petro, who obviously is,
Dude.
you know,
And you got two guys.
and Mark Stone too, man.
You got a guy that's made $10 million that won a cup.
Mm-hmm.
Is the only guy. Jack Eichel
Yeah.
is the one guy that makes over $10 million
10 or more, yeah.
in the cap era that's won a cup.
Yeah. Although I think Ovi makes 10 or more.
It makes 9.5.
No.
At the time he did?
No.
I read that stat. I could be wrong, but I think he's a one guy.
Crosby, I think, is.
He didn't make up to 10, dude.
No, he wasn't. Is the
No.
one guy. That,
And Malkin didn't have it.
no. Ovi did.
You think Ovi did? Well, then that stat's wrong then.
He signed like a $100 million deal.
Was it? There you go.
Salary's 12.5 for who?
Cap hits 9.5.
Really?
So there you go. Who else?
No. What did he sign a $100 million deal?
Because I want to be.
If Alexander Ovechkin's not making $10 million or
well,
more as an A,
That's ridiculous.
come on,
You got Mitchie Marnie making more money? I don't know. Mitchie Marnie making more money. There you go. Dude, I just read a stat on it. I had it down in my notes,
Yeah,
man.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
These guys are underpaid.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Well, hey, you want to be overpaid and not win? Or be a little bit underpaid and win?
Well, that's a good question.
I don't know.
I
You gonna
mean,
take up all the cap room?
now, if people are going to answer that honestly, I bet you get a lot of people who would say,
Fuck that. I'm taking the goddamn money.
taking the money.
Although, Andy, you're going to make money anyway. And you can make that up, later on. Like, if you're good, you're making money. You know what I mean? Sometimes you'll make more money making less money and being good. You know what I mean? Like, you take a little bit less money, and now you have more of a chance.
Certain players.
Now you could
star players.
you could.
But what if you're not a star player? You take a big deal?
Take as much as you can, just like Barbie's going to do.
Barbie, I see landing in. I see the Florida Panthers going after Ivan Barbashev.
Fuck yeah, I'd take that.
He spends his summers there.
I love Barbie, dude.
He's got all his Russian buddies there in the summer.
Oh yes, he does. All them Russian folk.
They just saw firsthand what he does for a team and what he did for Vegas.
How about him?
So I just see. Listen, they've got a little bit of money to spend. Florida.
Do they?
Do not be surprised if they end up being the team to sign Ivan Barbashev. And if I were him, I'd go there too.
So would I. I saw a picture of him. He's got the. They're all around the cup,
Mm-hmm.
and the camera's on Barbie when they're posing,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got 2 up instead of 1. Everybody's like, "Put 1 up." Fuck you. You won 2. Put 2 up. This is your second one.
Yeah.
You're different than everybody else besides Petro and maybe a couple other guys that won.
Mm-hmm.
But you put 2 up because you won twice.
Yeah, Chandler Stevenson had
This
one.
is your second cup.
That's
so
a
don't
second.
let the camera guy or your equipment trainer tell you to put number 1 because you have 2.
Yeah.
Because you're a Stanley Cup winner before you were another Stanley Cup
that
winner.
makes sense.
And Barbie's like, what? Okay, 1. No. Jesus.
He doesn't know what team he's on.
Like, what? Like, I won 3 years ago, too, guys. Just so you know. That's why you got me. So I'm going to put 2 up.
Thinks he still plays for the Blues.
No, you just won 2 cups. This is your second one. And if you win again, you put 3 up.
I thought it was a peace sign.
You won 2 cups, man. Deservingly so. And you were a big part of both cups.
They don't win without him.
They don't win without him, dude.
Either place.
Dude, he knocked out Gudas so hard. Gudas was hard to deal with. No matter what, man. That guy is fucking tough to deal with. And Barbie put him downtown Chinatown.
How much money is Gudas going to get?
Pay that motherfucker. I like that dude.
How old's Gudas?
Probably 31, I'd say. Because I played against him in the minors. My last year, he was playing for Syracuse. And I remember my coach being like, "Ooh, Cameron, this guy hit you. He'll reverse hit you too." 33. All right, I'd sign him for 2 years.
2-year deal.
Yeah. Blues.
He's one of those guys where he is what he is. You're signing him for the playoffs.
It's pretty damn good.
You're signing him for the playoffs.
So what? Yeah. That's what you're doing. He's going to get suspended. He's going to catch some guys weird. He's probably going to get hurt because he blocks shots and he's in the mix. But you got a motherfucker. He is hard to deal with. Scary. It'll hurt you.
By the way, looking at Ovi's deal, I forgot when he signed his deal back when they won the Cup, you were able to sign 13-year deals. He signed a 13-year deal for $124 million. So that's why the AAV, I was like, it didn't make sense. I'm still thinking like 8-year max deals.
Yeah, dude. And Jack Eichel's the first one. Over
so he got $124 million.
He's my favorite.
Ovi?
Yes.
Favorite player?
Yeah. Besides the Kachuk boys, Ovi's up there, baby.
Yeah.
He might be my number 1. He's fucking hilarious too, and we heard nothing but unbelievable things about that guy. Like fun, cool, always talks to you, isn't in his own little group, keeps everybody involved, like in a locker room and stuff like that.
Yeah. Florida was beat up. They were so beat up, dude.
Oh God, that sucked. This was too. You just wanted to go to Game 7, man, and kick the shit out of each other. They couldn't handle it. They just could not handle it anymore.
Listen, I'm not going to say much about the Oliver Ekman-Larsson buyout. But Vancouver, they are the most confusing organization in hockey. That owner was like banging his hand on the desk to the management there that they had to have OEL. We got to get this guy. We got to have him. And then it's like you sign him, and then you buy him out. Like these teams that just buy out deals.
It's bad. It's a bad look. Just fucking buying them out. You fucked up so bad that you got to pay extra money.
I know. And I see Alan Walsh he put a video out saying NHL contracts are not guaranteed. Like I'm like, okay, wait. This is like you're putting my brain in knots here because NHL contracts technically are guaranteed contract, but he's like they're not because they can buy you out. We don't see that many buyouts.
No.
And, if you're decent, you're not getting bought out. You know what I mean?
Well, I think if you're decent, you could get bought out, but you're going to get signed again, and you're going to double dip.
Yeah. Well,
like a bunch of guys like Eric Bolton did. Eric Bolton got bought out and signed another ticket. He texted me. He's like, I'm making. I'm like, I know, motherfucker.
You're an integral part of a team. Like, listen, like the Blues aren't going to buy out Marco Scandella, but that's a contract that maybe some teams would buy out.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I see.
But he would get another contract too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he would.
I just don't find it really necessary to, unless you're talking like, the guy is so bad.
Like, was Jay McKee that bad when he got bought out? When we were partying all the fucking time?
At the time, based on where the economics were with the NHL,
he signed $18
was he
million.
a $4 million player?
Yeah. No, he was just blocking shots.
But
beat up.
Yeah, but that's where the team, sometimes they sign guys really not even knowing what they're getting.
Was that after EJ incident too? Oh, yeah. There's a lot.
No, it was before the EJ incident. But
really?
But Jay McKee.
How is that possible?
Because he was there when EJ.
That's what I mean. So the buyout was after the EJ.
Yeah, the buyout was after.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of things that happened.
I thought you meant did he come here and sign the contract?
There's a lot of things that happened.
Yeah.
To lead up to that buyout.
Sure.
And the EJ situation.
But he also it was you look at what the cap was at the time.
Yeah.
Guys weren't making a ton of money, and $4 million for what he brought to the table. This guy was even a healthy scratch at one point in time. And for a guy who blocked shots, wasn't a great skater. I remember writing this, Cam, that the summer before he signed here in St. Louis, I remember scouts like raving about how he was playing for the Buffalo Sabres at the time in the playoffs because he was blocking a shit ton of shots and physical and all that. And I said he may be the most sought-after Eastern Conference defenseman available this summer. And sure enough, the Blues signed his ass. And, listen, I like Jay. But
I had a blast with him.
But for the team, listen, they decided to go ahead and buy him out. Listen, Doug Armstrong is one of the only GMs that has never bought out a player or a contract.
What do you think of that?
An owner is essentially admitting, or a GM is admitting that they made a mistake when you buy out a contract.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's what you're doing.
Of course.
So you're admitting you make a mistake. So you either don't want to admit you made a mistake, or financially it doesn't make sense for where you're at as an organization to buy out a deal, and you're not going to even have that guy play for you. You're still paying him for X number of years with them no longer giving you, providing you with any services. So, I mean, it's got to be a really necessary situation. And I like the fact that he's never bought out a contract. And for the reality, he hasn't made too many mistakes. People want to point at mistakes and whatever, but if they're not that long-term of deals, you know what I'm saying? And if the guy can still play, and it's not like a $8-9 million per year deal, then it is what it is. Like Scandella he's making just over $2 million per year, or something like that.
Yeah,
you can live with that.
You can live with that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, like buying out guys, it's certainly not a good look. I don't mind it.
Torrey Krug, listen, he's overpaid.
Well, that's the meme that everybody's showing. Everybody's showing Pietrangelo holding the cup and then Army holding Krug.
He's overpaid. If I were to guess, if you had to redo that over, I don't know if they signed Torrey Krug to that deal.
I know.
But Petro, I'm not going to let him off the hook either in terms of how that went down. I think you could point the finger at both directions, but he certainly has. Alex Pietrangelo is very confident in himself. Okay,
you think?
Yeah. And so. It was a situation where that could have they tried to sign him. You know what I mean?
They offered him $64 million.
They offered him more money than what he ended up signing in Vegas. They were able to give him the 8th deal. I think a lot of these guys in general, Cam, everyone presents themselves as like they're like the victim. Well, I had to leave and whatever, but I think a lot of players, they want to leave or they want to see what their value is.
Of course.
And they want to go explore opportunity. I think
it's
the
fun.
idea of playing in another market is intriguing for a lot of
totally
players.
Is.
So
it totally is.
I think sometimes the players just need to be honest. Like, you know what? I loved it here, but like, I think I want to go play
try
elsewhere.
Something else.
I want to try something else.
And look what happened.
Because if you really wanted to stay, is it really come to you're not going to stay because they won't give you signing bonus money? I mean, how much money do you really need signing bonus wise? And the no move clause. Alex Pietrangelo's not getting sent down to the minors or whatever. Like they would give him a no trade clause, so he's not going to get traded. He's not getting sent down to the minors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what do you need no move protection for? Even though they did end up offering him a no move clause, I think in the last year, maybe even the last 2 years of the deal.
Yeah, but the signing bonus money, like
you get that no matter what.
Yeah, like if
like
the fucking league, I know. Why wouldn't you want signing bonus fucking money?
I'm with
you. Kidding?
And if I was a player negotiating deal, I'd want as much money up front and a signing bonus as possible.
Right. Yeah, I'm that good. I'm that good.
And
I want signing bonus.
It's going to get to a point where I think GMs, if it's not there already, their hands are going to be tied with UFAs, because I don't know how you get around not handing out signing bonus money when other teams are just basically have their hand out, be like, here, come here and take it.
Yeah, like with COVID. No, they all still got paid when they shut down for COVID, right? Did everybody get paid?
They had all that escrow shit going on.
Did they all get paid? Did the guys making salary?
There was a COVID relief fund. They were not making their full salary.
No, were they? But the signing bonus people were.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah. So look at that. COVID could happen again, Andy. Mm-hmm. And I don't trust anybody. I don't trust the government. I don't trust Canada.
Yeah.
They'll shut us down again so
Listen,
fucking fast.
certain teams who have made that a priority or have had that as a organizational philosophy where they don't pay out bonus money, I could see some of those teams changing their mindset with that. Yeah, And even in the case of the Blues, it's not like they haven't paid out bonus money because, they inherited contracts, Ryan O'Reilly's contract being one, Braden Schen's contract that that they inherited from Philly when he was traded here. He's now signed an 8-year extension with the Blues, but the contract that they inherited from Philly, he had some bonus money in there, and they were paying out bonus money. I don't think owners like writing checks on July 1.
Well, no.
Okay?
No. But you got a superstar, and he doesn't want to get screwed
over.
Because
be a superstar then.
Well, yeah, those are what superstars have, and rightfully so. You're not going to give it to the third-line guy. No, you give it to your superstars. You give the signing bonuses to your stars.
That's got to be nice, eh? July 1.
Just get $7 million.
It's just
deposited
in your bank account.
COVID to Russia to nuclear war to Kim Jong-un, you're getting that $7 million.
To who?
You're getting that $7 million. My point is, if something happens
to
Kim Jong-un, if he drops a bomb somewhere and it shuts down the league or whatever, you're getting that money, dude. It's guaranteed. It's in your account on July 1st. Mm-hmm. Damn right.
Speaking of the Blues, by the way, everyone's thinking that they're going to move one of these, high-priced defensemen. And getting back to Torrey Krug real quick, man.
Parayko.
If Krug is your 5 or 6, and quarterbacking your power play, I think he's more than serviceable. He's a very good player, man. He's a very good power play QB. The only problem is that's an expensive 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Making 6.5.
He's putting up 40 points, though.
But if
quarterback in the power play.
He's putting up 50
points.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You got to be an elite quarterback PP or a power play quarterback.
That's worth a lot of money.
Yes.
I'm sorry. It is. Now, is he going to be the best defensively? Is he going to be banged up here and there? But if he's quarterbacking your power play and you got a legit power play and he's squeaking them through on the blue line like he does, he can walk that line.
We've seen him be better defensively than what he was last year. He's a pretty competitive player, man.
I like him.
I don't have a problem. I think if you're looking at a player on the Blues, and I'm not going to sit here and say this is happening or whatever, because I don't see them moving on from Parayko right now. I think you just got to cut Parayko loose. Just let him go. Let him skate. Let him be a skater. There's so much focus on maybe what he doesn't do well and where he struggles, and he's not mean enough. He's not physical enough.
It's not going to change. So all you guys out
there,
but
he is one of the best defensemen in the league
at shutting you down,
at taking the puck from your own end to the other end, transporting it up ice. He's not the most dynamic or skilled offensive defenseman where he's going to put up a ton of points or just make some dynamic offensive plays once you get in the blue line. But he can get you there, and he can get the offensive zone with numbers with his ability to skate.
And he's hard to get around. He truly is. Now, in front of the net, he had problems. Clearing the front of the net, being aware of somebody back door. He gets kind of discombobulated.
He retrieves pucks.
He's good.
He'll win battles in the corner.
He's strong.
He doesn't play soft to me. You know what I mean?
It's hard to get around him. He doesn't get walked much. I know Nathan McKinnon. Yeah. Was it against him? Maybe in the playoffs. But he doesn't get walked. He's too big. He's too strong. He's too agile. But he gets lost in front of the net once in a while. And he's not as physical as people want him to be.
Right.
Now, that's not going to change.
But he can box out.
He can box out, but that's what his problem was last year, is in front of the net. But to get by him, it's a hard thing to do. He's too big and strong. He's a good skater.
I think, you watch Vegas play and watch Vegas win, how they do it. They had big defensemen, right?
Funny how that works.
So if you have big defensemen, I'd hold on to those guys.
Some people in the media why is everybody wanting a big defenseman? Everybody, big defense. In St. Louis media. And I'm thinking, the Blues want another big defenseman. I'm thinking, who are their big defensemen? Parayko, okay, he's tall.
Right.
Krug, who are their big? Bertuzzo, he's a fucking shot blocker. No, look at Vegas. If you have big, sturdy defensemen that can skate, that's look at all the defensemen that won in the past fucking 10 years. Yeah. They got big defensemen back there that are mean. It's like the Blues did in 19.
Yeah.
They're huge.
So
Vegas is huge.
You're not trading Falk.
Fuck no. Falk's good, dude.
Krug is a difficult contract to move.
It's tough to move that.
The one contract maybe they can move, but I think he's got a no-trade clause. It'll be Leddy.
Leddy's pretty damn good, too. I don't know. He can skate. They're just not good enough. They're pretty good. They're just not good enough. After watching Vegas.
I think the Blues know they need a D-man.
You're right. But after watching what Vegas did, with the guys they got, man. Yeah. They got hitters. Yeah. They got skilled guys.
It's one thing to come out and say, hey, we don't think we're going to make the playoffs this year. Like when you're Arizona or something like that. I think everybody else looks at it like, hey, we're not spending to the cap to miss the playoffs. What's up with all these UFOs? Are you seeing these everywhere? You hear about the new one in New York?
Oh, they're everywhere. They're everywhere.
Are they talking? If you see one in your backyard, are you inviting them in the house? What are you doing?
No, but they're staring at us. And I've been watching a lot.
What do you mean they're staring at us?
Oh, they know.
Like right now?
Well, fuck yeah, dude.
They see us.
Hell yes. Big time. The space is so big that they say there's another planet that is exactly like ours, that has the exact same history as us. There's an Andy Strickland. There's a Cam Jansen that played pro hockey. Everything that we've
What did Andy Strickland do?
Same thing. Not much. Didn't get big. But there's another, it's so infinite that there's another planet, the exact same thing going on as us. Think about that, how crazy that is.
Who says that?
It just shows, they're making a point, Andy.
I don't know if that's
Read
true.
between the lines. Oh, okay. But that just shows how infinite it is. It's ever expanding.
You see that Sasquatch? They called the police, and the police were like a little freaked out about it, and one of the cops saw it too.
I saw a lot of, I've been down these rabbit holes with Joe Rogan and Bob Lazar. Oh, God, nonstop. The Bob Lazar story is unbelievably incredible. You have to check this out. He's so on point with everything.
Who is he?
Bob Lazar worked at Area 51 in a special little council in a little offshoot in the desert. And he would work, he was a chemist, I don't even know.
Scientist?
He made his own formula that built a car. And he's one of the smartest men on the planet. Okay. Mm-hmm. So he gets recruited.
Is he alive still?
Yeah. Goddamn right. Almost got killed. People wanted to kill him.
And where does he live?
I don't know.
In the States?
Yeah. But Bob Lazar, and he worked at Area 51, and he tested out.
What's Area 51?
Area 51's in New Mexico. It's in Roswell, New Mexico.
I gotcha.
And
that's where all the UFOs are.
Yeah. No, that's where they bring the UFOs after they find them. They crash, and they bring them there, and they explore, and they explore. And they have this element 115 that they are trying to figure out. And he was on that case. The element, I think it's called 115. So Bob Lazar is working on these different aircrafts. He's breaking them down perfectly, exactly what they were. And so he was getting kind of pushed out because his wife was cheating on him, and they found out that his wife was cheating on him with some
alien.
If you want to be serious on this, Andy, then we can be serious. But if not, then I'll talk to Brody. Okay. So anyway, they figured that out, and you can't have that if you're working on these incredible aircrafts. Mm-hmm. So when you work at Area 51, you work for 2 weeks straight. Boom. And then you're off for a week. Oh. They keep you there. You sleep there. You're not allowed to mingle with the people next door. The people next door are working on a different kind of thing on the aircraft. You're not even allowed to communicate with them. It's really odd. It's very bizarre.
They want to keep things separate.
Yeah, but you need to communicate.
They don't want that to influence.
I know, but on the other hand, you can look at it like, I need to talk to you about this, and we need to regroup and brainstorm. Mm-hmm. So anyway, he was getting kind of pushed out. So he goes to his buddies. He goes, "Hey, I know for a fact that they are going to take this flying saucer that we have right here at Area 51, and they're going to have a test flight on Wednesday nights. I'm going to take the Winnebago, take my buddies. We're going to go up there, and we're going to film it." He's like, "I'm going to prove to you."
Is this on Netflix?
This is everywhere, dude. And there's actually a video of it. He has the video.
What does it look like? Like a flying saucer type thing?
Take a laser pen and go like this. Yoink, 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 yoink.
So they just look like little lasers.
No, it's not a little laser. Oh. It's just moving like a laser would on the wall. God damn. Right angles. Listen to me.
I said, what does it look like? He's like,
I can't talk to him.
Put a laser in
No,
the
he's
sky.
a child. He doesn't know how to communicate.
Go ahead.
If we're not talking hockey, you are clueless. So anyway, it's the most bizarre thing in the world.
Yeah.
And so they kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it. And all of a sudden, he's up there with his buddies watching it on Wednesday night.
Oh, my God.
And he sees this weird laser thing fall, and it rolls up next to him. And it was the police, military police there. Mm-hmm. And they caught him, and he got in big trouble. And they threatened his life and God, crazy stuff. And then he told the truth.
Bob Lazar's life?
Fuck yeah.
Did he get arrested?
Yeah, I think you got to listen to it. It's incredible.
What did he do wrong?
He doesn't. You can't do that, dude. You're in top secret facility, man. You can't film fucking shit and tell your buddies to come look at a fucking crash site.
Okay,
come on.
So, where was that at the other day? Where the police were called and they had the guy was in the backyard?
That was in Vegas. They saw the alien.
And that's very close to New Mexico, so I'm sure there's something.
Dude, they're everywhere. It's not just New Mexico. It's just the skies are
bright.
Remember
Cam a few months ago was like, we had a UFO in the sky right by my house.
No, that was
it was a balloon. It was a Chinese balloon. Was it the balloon?
It was a fucking spy balloon.
Yeah, the spy balloon.
That thing was hovering in my
backyard. You
backyard.
thought it came in your backyard.
The thing was 60,000 feet in the air in my backyard for an hour and a half. Don't tell me it wasn't.
Did you confirm that?
Dude, yes. Look at the fucking flight plan on the damn thing. It was in our backyard, 60,000 feet
How
in the
high
air.
can these drones go?
Yeah, I don't know. Not that high. But if it's a drone,
I'd like to put like a GoPro on a drone.
If it's a spacecraft, like weird things are happening, and they're finding these crafts all over the fucking place. They're seeing them all over.
Did you hear about New York?
What?
There was a guy who had there was an alien looking at him in a tree in a bush in his backyard.
And he looks up the stupidest fucking shit. I'm being dead serious on this. You can't have a conversation with him. He doesn't know yet. He saw one thing over the weekend, and now he's trying to have a conversation with me.
Cam, this happened in New York.
Why don't you look?
It has a white face, and it actually looks to be the shape of what you would look at as like an alien, for example, with the big bug eyes and stuff like that.
I don't know about that one, but there's a lot of stuff that
you got to read about that one because that's the one I'm talking about. Vegas, the family was very believable, and then when one of the police officers identified the Sasquatch as well, I just wonder.
I'm losing story. We're thinking of a different thing.
Oh, you're not thinking of the same thing?
No, you were watching cartoons with your fucking kids, and then you're acting like it's
this is a UFO or an alien that was in a couple of them actually. One was like a not a person. What would you call it? Like an object that was like staring directly at the family. Would you be afraid of the alien?
Absolutely.
You wouldn't invite them into the house?
Well, I mean, no, but I do think that they're observing us. They're probably like, okay. They got nuclear weapons.
You wouldn't want to.
They don't want.
You wouldn't want to question them.
Of course, but it'd be probably hard to communicate. And I would say that they do look at us destroying the planet, and they probably want to preserve this planet. So they're probably trying to look out for us so we don't kill each other.
Yes.
And blow it up with nuclear warfare, which could be right around the corner.
This looked like a real alien that I saw there.
I just don't. I don't. That's not enough for me. It's not enough for me. Here's what you guys should. Don't listen to Andy and have some fucking broad in New York say, look, he's an alien in my back. No. You listen to military people. You listen to military people.
They're not always going to tell you.
They're putting themselves out in the open and ripe for criticism. The military folk that are like, this is what we saw. We can't explain it. I'm not saying it's alien, but it's certainly a UFO. And it does things that we cannot do yet. America, North Korea, China, and Russia cannot do what these things are doing. And those are the people you listen to. And the fighter jets and the pilots and stuff like that, that's who I listen to. Not dipshit boy up in fucking New York that Andy's, his kid, Ty fucking saw that video and showed you. And you're like, whoa. No, you listen to the military folk, dude.
What do you think is the nicest country in the world?
I'd say I would say Sweden to...
nicest people.
I would say Sweden to New Zealand, maybe Finland and stuff like that. Amsterdam.
You think they're
perhaps.
nice in the U.S.?
Yes, in the Midwest more than anything.
I'm hearing a lot of Canadians say that they
Canada
actually
too.
find Americans to be very friendly.
Yeah, they are. Americans are very friendly, especially in the
Ireland
Midwest.
is considered to be the friendliest country in
Really?
the world. Yeah.
Okay, well, they're infighting.
Thailand too.
Okay, unless you smoke dope there, and they'll cut your hand off.
Don't do that.
Well, I like to not go to jail for smoking weed,
Is that still a law up there?
In Thailand?
Yeah.
I'm not fucking with it.
They don't smoke weed there?
I don't think so, homie. I think there's a lot of fucking drugs.
Canada?
What about, Canada's got to be
It's on my list.
Yeah.
This is my list.
So Justin Trudeau.
Italy
nice guy.
is very high on the list.
Really?
Yeah, they're very friendly in Italy.
I heard different. I heard they're different to tourists in Italy. If you're a tourist, they treat you like shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Greece.
Okay.
Japan.
Japan is a beautiful country. Discipline.
Finland.
And you know what? In Japan, Tokyo, Japan has so many fucking people, and there's not that much crime.
Finland, Iceland.
Yeah, okay.
Vietnam. They're very friendly in Vietnam. Indonesia. Mexico, they're actually pretty friendly too.
What the fuck? You mean the fucking cartel? Scared to death to go to fucking Mexico. They're the friendliest, so Got the cartel chopping your head off.
Then I'm watching the PGA show because I'm very into the golf right now.
I watch the U.S. Open.
They have the
all
most
weekend.
beautiful wives. They live in the most amazing.
Everybody's got hot wives.
Nah, I know, but they just have they just live the life, dude. The PGA Tour life is crazy. They party.
Nice. It's awesome.
They don't like each other. Although Spieth and Justin Thomas grew up together, they're very good friends. And Fowler is like in the group with those two guys.
Yeah.
But they have the most amazing houses. If they don't make the cut, they don't get paid. You know, they basically pay their own way to travel around. Although I would imagine the sponsors are paying for that, but. This one dude,
you should have signed up with Liv, baby.
What's his name? Joel Damon. He didn't make the cut yesterday, but he and his caddy are like very popular. Like, you just got to go watch it.
Yeah, golf is a bizarre situation right now with this Liv.
I don't know how you get that good though.
You work at
all their dads are like golf pros.
Yeah, dude. Well, you grow up playing golf, you know. Like we didn't grow up playing golf. Okay, my parents didn't even know what golf was. They didn't know what tennis was. They didn't know what fucking polo was.
You ever taking your dad golfing?
No, but I'm going to take my dad, and he's just going to chill and drink some Bloody Marys and hang out with me.
I was going to tell you. So tomorrow I have a few things that I need.
What do you need?
I might need some balls.
Okay. What else?
Cigars.
Okay,
just
I got that.
2 cigars and a Bloody Mary, spicy, please.
Oh, dude, they got the best. They got the best food there, homie.
Oh, we're gonna have lunch too.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
What do I look like?
I can't wait.
I know.
We're keeping score. Who's going to keep score for us?
I got it, dude. We'll keep score.
You're going to remember?
Yes. Yes, I've been doing it.
You got to post your scores.
Okay, we'll post it on Twitter.
It's match play. What does that really mean?
We're going to play against each other.
Okay.
Okay? But if you go past 8, you just fucking cross the line.
No, we can't do that.
No, Andy, I'm not sitting there waiting for you to fucking quadruple putt every fucking hole. If you get past 8, we're done. We're going to the next one. I'm not waiting on you. I'm not having the people behind us get pissed. I don't play that fucking game.
What do you need me to bring? Anything?
What do you got?
Well, what do you need?
You got a check? I mean, there's nothing that you could bring that's going to, help me with anything. You don't have any cool party favors. You don't have fucking anything cool. You don't even have clubs. So
just if you need something,
it's like you're the last guy I should invite.
It's not true.
I get nothing.
Dude, I'm fun to golf with. Is Travis golfing with us?
I haven't decided yet. But if he is,
do we need 4?
I might party this weekend a little bit.
Tomorrow, you mean?
This weekend I might do it. It might be a concert. Get my mind right.
What's the concert?
El Monstero, Pink Floyd tribute band.
I know you do that every year. Yeah, that's all I
hear. It's fucking...
Cam goes to one concert a year.
So good.
El Monstero.
Oh, it's so fucking great there, dude. Everybody's so fucked up on all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
And you're just floating. You're floating. Watching. Yes. We get a driver.
That's
take a limo.
Floyd, we'll do it to you.
Take a limo. We'll get a box. Get it all catered.
Yeah.
Party.
They were huge in the 80s.
You're floating, dude, watching these guys jam out. And you're just happy the whole time. And you get in your fucking limo and you go home.
I'll take you to a fish show, too.
Yeah, I'll go to a fish show. I told you that.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll go to all those hippie-ass fucking shit, and I'll get fucking my mind right. Just float. Float the whole time and laugh.
You know who else is floating right now?
Who?
Somewhere on the Muskoka River.
Oh, yeah. Muskoka Lake.
Muskoka Lake, man. Sam Gagne is floating.
Yeah, he is. Sammy boy.
I'm going to take Ty up to his hockey school in the next year or 2.
Yeah, dude.
I think that'd be a cool experience.
Muskoka? Be cool shit. Cost you out the ass, but yeah.
Oh, he'll give me a deal.
I bet he will.
Although I'm sure that Fairmont Hotel he was telling me to stay at probably isn't cheap.
Probably expensive, yeah. Muskoka's expensive, man. Remember we had like Brownie, I had Jeff Brown on. He's like, I'm up at the lake. I go, where you at, Muskoka? He goes, he goes, fuck no, I can't afford that. I'm like,
he goes to like the Mississippi Lake. That's what they call it. Or
up there? It's nice. What he's at?
It's up in Ontario.
Yeah, it's cool shit.
Like Ottawa area.
You don't need to be up in the Muskoka area to enjoy the lake.
No. But is that like high rent district?
I don't think so at all. Jeff's like, no,
Muskoka?
dude. This is like, Muskoka is fuck yes, dude.
That's where all the wealthy people go?
Except for they go to Kelowna too. Like, and people in Ontario.
That's on the West Coast though.
You go to Kelowna, that's Okanaga Lake. It's beautiful. That's where the rich people go.
So the hockey players are going to Muskoka in Ontario.
Yep.
Kelowna
Okanaga.
on the West Coast.
Yep.
And then Gaza Ranch.
Gaza Ranch. I know. That's where the wealthy folk are, man. And you know what? In reality, I can go down to southern Missouri, where I was fucking pretty much born and raised down yonder. and I could find a cute little lake house on a huge, beautiful
No, I
lake
gotcha.
for fucking hardly anything, homie.
I got you. Well, dude, listen.
Oh,
most of these guys,
Missouri.
were raised an hour south of Muskoka, so they're just going to.
You're right.
Area,
But that's so expensive. Like, there's places in Missouri, dude, that you could find a cute little, buy 4 little acres, looking over. Now, you might not be able to have a dock because there's coding and restrictions, but you'll be able to sit and build a little cabin or buy a little cabin looking over a beautiful lake for not that much money.
Okay.
And you could shoot your guns. You could build fucking
okay,
fire.
you don't need to be
Fuck
doing
that.
all that.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, you're going to accidentally hit somebody. You don't need to be
If you're
doing all that.
responsible, you don't do that. It's the dipshits that aren't responsible. You know, like the 14-year-old kid that steals cars down in North St. Louis and shoots a poor little girl in the head for her cell phone.
Oh, my God.
Happens every fucking
I didn't
weekend.
hear about that.
What are you talking about?
Well, I've heard about it before. But
Open a fucking newspaper, homie.
I know.
You should have seen what they did last night. Fucking, they're in a apartment having a party, and somebody just takes his gun out. Bah, 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 bah.
You shouldn't talk about that
Shoots
this close
9
to free agency.
Shoots 9 people, kills 1. Like, just psycho shit, man. St. Louis is fucked.
Yeah, but I will say, though, for the most part, you don't have to be exposed to that environment.
Huh?
I mean,
What?
I've just never really seen stuff like
Because you're in a bubble, Andy.
Well, either of you.
Yes, I have. Bought drugs down there for years.
Okay, but you didn't see people get shot and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, but like you're in the mix.
I'm just saying, like, you shouldn't be afraid to sign here for to play hockey.
No,
because of that.
No, but St. Louis is fucked.
So is Detroit.
No shit.
So is
Cleaned
LA.
up.
So is Chicago. All right, Sam Gagner. He's had a very long career. This guy was a hell of a player in junior, man. Like from an offensive standpoint, played with Patty Kane, London Knights, all of that. Highly involved now. Developing younger players, giving back. His dad played in the National Hockey League for a long, long time. Dave Gagner, who's now who's now a very popular agent with the Wasserman Group, I believe. So, I mean, they just got it going on, dude. He's going to be a hockey lifer. I know these hockey lifers when I hear him talk. He'll be doing this forever. He's still playing in the NHL, and he's already doing hockey schools in Muskoka.
Yeah.
Muskoka. Say Muskoka.
Muskoka. He's made a lot of money. Played a long time, man.
Yes.
Damn.
But it's not your typical career that spans over 1,000 games. He's bounced around a lot.
Yeah, yes.
Hasn't played for good teams.
Shitty teams. Damn.
Terrible teams. Only been in the playoffs twice, but there's something to be said that he's still been able to stick around without putting up crazy offensive numbers and playing, and making his mark in the postseason. He's got unbelievable work ethic, apparently. I think there was talk maybe a year or two ago about him joining the Red Wings front office. I think he's going to have a lot of options, this guy. Very smart.
Yeah, he is a smart guy. That's why I got him on. He was great.
That's why what?
We got him on.
Oh.
And he played 1,000 games. We love that shit, man. 1,000 goddamn games, dude. Whew. Played when he was 18 years old.
Just think if you would have played 1,000 games.
I'd still be playing. And you wouldn't be making as much money.
If I would have represented you, I would have gotten you paid a lot more money.
How?
Negotiation.
$100,000 more? That's going to be gone. Fuck. The more money I would have made, the more money I would have spent, Andy. It all worked out, buddy. Don't worry about me.
All right, well, let's get to the interview because I'm going to go do some push-ups before our golf outing tomorrow. I am coming.
If you're late, I'm not even going to, you're going to drive all the way there for no reason.
Hey, feel free to message us.
If you're late, I'll leave you there.
And Cam and I will respond tomorrow from the golf course.
Yeah, that's fine.
And we may even do a video for you or something like that.
Whatever you guys want us to do, we'll fucking do it. Like, tag us on Twitter. Tag me on Instagram.
Ask me how my golf game's going. Who's winning the match play?
Ask what
Brought to you by First Form.
Ask what kind of video you want. What do you guys want us? What do you want to see from our?
They want to see your terrible shots. That's what they want to see.
Okay, I'll show you. You want to bet I could bomb it? Huh?
Probably, yeah.
You want to bet?
Well, you've been practicing.
Much?
Listen.
Well, no shit.
I would hope that you're way better than you were a year
bet?
ago. I'm not betting. I hope you do. You live on a golf course. You golf several days a week.
You're on the ice every day and you still suck. What's the difference?
Oh, I can fire the puck.
No, you can't.
Oh, yeah.
You can't shoot the puck. You can't skate. You couldn't even get out of the goddamn neutral zone in Nashville. And you're probably not invited next year because of how bad your play was.
That's not true.
Now you're yelling at me because I'm on a golf course. You skate every day and you get worse and worse. Your son is 10 times better than you. He's 7. I mean, is that a compliment? I like for him, maybe like, fuck, he's better than you. He's 7. He could shoot harder than you. You're a terrible hockey player. And yet you're on the ice every day. But you're going to tell me that I golf so much I should be.
You would even say that.
Terrible.
And yet,
and then Andy's like, I can't believe I didn't make the NHL. If I would have made the NHL, you didn't even get out of high school. Like, I don't get your mindset.
And I
sometimes.
still have better hands than Cam, and better passing ability,
you got
and
nothing
vision,
better.
and hockey sense.
You got nothing better than me, dude. When it comes to physical attributes, nothing.
Physical attributes.
Nothing. You can't run faster than me. You can't jump higher than me. You can't do anything better than me when it comes to any athletic ability.
My Achilles is strange.
What can you do better than me? Besides no draft picks from 2006.
We'll see.
Get the fuck on.
Save your confidence for tomorrow.
I love you. Like, I'm still inviting you out and stuff, but like,
save your confidence for tomorrow.
Like,
it'll be.
I can't believe if I would have played in the NHL, I would have been able to do this. Like, what?
It'll be.
Like you were right there. You just almost got called up to the American League, but you got hurt. Like, that's how you think you are.
That's not what I'm saying.
Kind of does.
I'm just saying
it
would have given you a lot more opportunities.
If you would have said that.
No, I'm saying.
If you would have said what you said to me on the phone the other day in front of Big Walt, me, and some of the guys, they would
agree
owned
with me.
Your fucking life.
No, because
on how stupid
you're misinterpreting it. You are.
Okay.
I'm not saying.
Andy thinks he should have made the NHL.
No.
He does.
That's how you're misinterpreting it.
Oh, you do?
I'm saying just one game, how much opportunity that gives you is what I'm saying. I'm not saying I should have because of my talent. I'm saying if I would have played in the NHL, it would have given you a shit ton more opportunity.
But you didn't even come close.
That doesn't matter. I'm not
What's
saying
the
that.
most ridiculous? If I would have played in the NHL, I could have been here with another thing.
Let me say this.
So ludicrous.
If I played in the NFL.
That's ludicrous.
If I played in the NFL.
You weren't even close to that.
It would have given you a lot more opportunity.
That's such a stupid thing to say.
No, it's not.
It's like, if I was a Navy SEAL, maybe I'd be better at doing things outside. What are you talking about?
That's not what I'm saying.
You were nowhere close to making anything. But yet you're like, God, if I just would have played one game, I'd be here. You weren't even close to playing a game. So why would you even say that? Think sometimes, Andy. Sometimes Andy. Sometimes Andy thinks he did play, and I just got to remind him.
Hey, now
he thinks that I didn't, and he did.
You are in
so
for. You
ridiculous.
Are in for it.
You are ridiculous.
You are in for it tomorrow.
I'm going to own your soul tomorrow on the golf course.
Oh my God, match play, baby.
I'm going to feed you. I'm going to give you booze. I'm going to hook you up with everything. But I'm going to own your soul, and I'm going to tweet about it.
Listen, now I'm going to be.
Just so you know.
Now I'm serious.
Gonna own your soul
now
tomorrow.
I'm bringing it, and I'm serious tomorrow.
You're gonna fuck up so bad, and I'll be filming you, and you're gonna be like, "Don't post that. Don't post that." I might have to do it.
Now
I might even post the video you punching my hands right here in the studio.
Now I'm gonna go see my buddy.
Brody, can you find me that?
Now,
can we find that stupid clip of him where he says he has knockout
we have
power?
To get to the, we have to get to the interview.
Let's go then, dude.
Because I'm gonna have to.
My God.
Stop by my buddy's golf shop.
If only you would have played a game in the show,
today.
Andy. Where would you be right now? If only you did. You'd have to grow 5 more inches. You'd have to.
That's not true. Not in today's game. Well, maybe back then, yeah.
Probably. You're 43 years old. You'd be playing in the 90s, dude. I've never seen you eat anything in my life.
Well, you're about to because I'm starving right now.
I've never seen Andy eat food in my life. I've been working with him for years now. I've never seen him eat one thing.
Well, you'll see it tomorrow when you buy lunch.
I was going to take you to Alvin Oak.
Oh, yeah, we're doing that. When are we doing it?
Are you going to eat?
We got it on the calendar.
Are you going to eat?
Yeah, from there, 100%.
Grass? They got good salads?
They got everything, dude.
Would you eat meat there? Because
sure.
you know Chrissy Pondolf's going to want you to have their Wagyu beef burgers.
Fine.
Would you eat one?
I'm not getting a burger there.
No, but it's an appetizer.
I get it.
I
don't know if I'll eat that.
You know, sometimes when you got the owner of the bar.
That might fill me up too much.
I just want to see you take a bite.
That might fill me up.
Can you take a bite of Wagyu beef?
I'd probably try something else for the appetizer.
Wow. You are.
No, I would probably eat that. Wagyu beef?
Wagyu beef from fucking Japan?
I expect Wagyu.
Bro, do you want to come instead?
I expect.
Because I can't. Listen, if he's just going to eat grass the whole fucking night, it's not worth bringing him to a nice restaurant.
I expect Wagyu tomorrow when we golf.
They got Wagyu beef there too?
Oh, good.
Fuck. You want to eat a hamburger?
Maybe
Can I film you?
If it makes you feel good.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely. God. I've never seen you eat. I want to see what it looks like.
You're going to see it in a minute because I'm starving. I got a First Form level 1 chocolate chip cookie dough bar. All right, I am hungry for my First Form bar.
Starving, man.
So are you done talking? Because you've just been talking an awful
Have I been talking too much today? Am I too much? Because I know you evaluate me every time we do this. Like, am I okay today?
You hear that, people? This is chocolate chip cookie dough. You hear that?
He hasn't eaten it yet.
They can probably
I've never seen him eat anything, so we'll see.
Hair Club and hairclub.com brings us the Cam Strick podcast. Ask about that pill, Cam. In fact, I'll ask you about it.
Well, it's not even just about a pill, dude. It's about all kinds of different things that you could do with Hair Club. But the biggest thing is getting your ass in there and setting up a consultation. And they'll tell you exactly what's going on with your fucking hair. And they'll look at your bald spot and be like, this is where you're losing your hair. This is what we can do. You have thick hair in this other part of your head that we could extract. We could extract thick, healthy hair from and then implement them and put them in to the bald spot. They got PRP treatment where they take your blood, they spin it, and they inject it back into your head. And it brings all the blood.
All the nutrients.
Yes, they bring all nutrients. And then it makes it boils up the blood in your head and makes your hair grow back and thick.
No, they've got solutions.
They have so much stuff.
For everybody, no matter what your situation
Women
is.
and men, by the way.
Women
lose their hair, Andy.
Yes, they do.
And that, listen.
In fact, I'm not making this up. I was at a graduation party this past weekend.
Of course you were.
And I had a lady tell me she was wearing a wig.
Oh, poor girl.
She was fine about it. She's
I know, but
she said, and she kind of showed me. She's like, no, it's a wig. She's like, her mom had to wear one too back in the day.
Cancer?
Nope.
Okay. She's alopecia?
She's losing the hair.
Was it alopecia?
She's probably in her 70s.
Oh, okay. That's okay. They have all kinds of wigs.
I told her hair looked good. I always tell the old ladies. The old ladies always love me. I'm always like, girl, did you get your hair?
Girl, you look good.
Did you
girl,
change
what's
your
up?
hair?
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, you looking good. And she's like, oh, it's okay.
She loved you.
But
I love that.
And then we started talking about Hair Club.
I love being sweet to
I know.
like older
we started
women.
talking about Hair Club and whatever. So she was very interested in it.
I
didn't have any pills on me. Otherwise, I would have given her one.
I love giving people that probably don't get a lot of attention.
Yes.
I love doing that. If you're at a bar, you're somewhere, and there's kind of an outcast, I'll give you the attention.
Oh, really?
More than any other person. Yeah, just to make you feel good. Because in a selfish way, it makes me feel good.
It may take you 2 months to get laid.
What's that? I mean, at that, dude. Like,
I mean, that's just an amazing story. It's an amazing story.
Well, because she's pure.
Very,
okay.
yeah. Well,
hey,
shit. I give her a lot of.
Why do you think I did that?
I give her a lot of respect for that.
I like pure souls, man. I don't like the girl that licked my ass the first time I fucking met her. I don't want that.
No.
Now, I might hang out with you like here and there.
Yeah.
But I'm not dating your ass.
Yeah. Are you calling her the next day?
Probably not.
Oh.
Yeah, well, if I'm drinking, maybe. But Kate was pure. I want a pure soul. I'm Satan, dude. I need something to balance me out. Kinda.
Not when you go into Hair Club, you're not.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Hey, get in there today. Hairclub.com/Cam Strick. That is our landing page. Locations everywhere, Cam, over 1,200.
Yeah, ton of opportunity, man.
All over Canada, too, for our Canadian listeners. Calgary, Toronto, Vancouver. You got Hair Club locations everywhere. Check it out. Get in there today, Cam. That is the hardest part, just to get in there, right? And you can watch watch movies while they do the procedure, too.
Yep. You can watch movies.
What'd you watch again?
Legends of the Fall.
That'd be a good trivia question for our listeners.
Yeah, they'll know it, probably. Tristan from Legends of the Fall.
So check that out. Check it out today. Hair Club. We love having them on board as our title sponsor here on the Cam Strick podcast. All right, First Form and firstform.com. I mean, I've been drinking those fruits and greens when I end my fast. It's the first thing that I eat when I end my fast every day. Is the first
time?
The fruit like around noon, 12:30. So today I won't be.
Damn.
I don't eat till after like 12 noon. But with First Form, I don't even get hungry hardly. I don't eat after 8 or before noon. But I start my day with the fruits and greens. I got these unbelievable First Form shaker cups, man, the best in the industry.
Cold for 3 days straight.
Yes,
in
and
the
I
sun.
shake that up, and it's just an incredible, incredible way to start the day, man. And I know in my mind, Cam, that I'm getting the next.
Kate makes me a protein shake from First Form with frozen fruit in it, and 2 scoops of some fucking shit-kicking protein.
Really? So you can combine that?
Yeah. And then we put it in the fridge, put orange juice, water, whatever.
I told you no orange juice.
Doesn't matter. And so I keep it in the fridge, and when I get up at 4:30, I'll take that mug, 40-minute trip to the studio, and I'll just sip on that bad boy. And then my stomach's coated, and I have energy. And I'll do my push-ups when I get to the studio. I get there an hour early.
You do your push-ups at the studio?
Yes, right in the ground. Yep, I do my push-ups there. And no one's in there. I read the fucking
Give me your top 5 real quick.
What?
First Form products right now that you would recommend. What's in your cart?
They're protein, beef stick, Their clothes.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I wear their clothes.
Yes, you do.
Everywhere
you
fucking
go.
day.
Cam hasn't worn anything else besides first form clothes in 6 months.
Everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, I wear their clothes. I love it so goddamn much. I have people fist pump me. I had people fist pump me in Florida. They're like, first form. I go, fuck yeah, like you're in a fucking big group.
Really?
You're damn right. They didn't even know who I was.
It's like when you're driving a Jeep, how they honk at each other.
But this is actually a cool thing. No offense to the
So
Jeep
back
stuff.
in the day when you had a Jeep, and then you see another Jeep, you honk.
Yeah, you do it now.
And then,
I got my Jeep now.
Beautiful girls always drove Jeeps back.
Yeah,
in the
girls.
Day. Yes,
I know.
Not just girls.
It's kind of a girl car. I think. I think so. Look, I use my Jeep as a side by side, and I go with my buddies side by side, go off roading and stuff like that. I don't even take it on the highway or anything.
Are we going to take it down to the course tomorrow?
Yes. I'm going to show you the whole subdivision.
I already have. I've seen it.
Well, we're going to do it again.
I mean, I don't need to see it twice.
Oh well. I mean, if Andy told me to look at his subdivision, I'd say hell no. You know. But mine's actually beautiful.
The
Lewis
other
and Clark,
day,
it's historic.
I got to give Praveen's wife a shout out because she's a doctor.
You know.
Chloe was, or Ivy, little Ivy.
Oh, little cute Ivy.
She was on the hoverboard.
My little baby girl.
And she flipped over.
What happened?
On the hoverboard. And she flipped over.
She all right?
Hit the concrete.
Oh, little girl. Oh, my God.
And so this lady came running out and, like, took care of her like no other.
Oh, little cute Ivy.
So, and brought me over Neosporin. It was expired.
I think Ivy's in a weird spot. She's just in a weird age where Chloe is getting a lot of attention. She's doing sports. She's getting older. She's starting to hang out with older friends. You got to keep an eye on her. She's getting very mature. And little Ty is your hockey guy. And I think Ivy, she just doesn't. She wants to figure out what she is, and she's just in that weird age group right now where she doesn't know what she is yet. Are you giving her enough attention?
I gave her so
Are
much.
you giving her enough attention?
Daddy's girl, man.
She is the cutest little goddamn
and she's
thing.
Laurie's best friend, dude. They're together all the time.
She's got the sweetest little smile. I just hope you're giving her enough attention. That's all. Because Ty gets a lot. I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Ty gets a lot. You give Ty a lot of attention. Just remember that. You give Chloe a lot of attention.
And Ty gets jealous when I give Ivy attention.
Well, you start giving Ivy a little bit more attention, I think. Because Ty gets
the middle child. That's
I know.
You know how that goes, but I
I'm
100%, dude. I am.
You know?
Dad of the
I'm
year,
being dead serious.
actually.
I know you are.
You should read my
no.
my
Andy,
Father's Day cards.
I chirp you for a lot of stuff, but you're a goddamn good daddy. A damn good daddy.
Yeah.
Damn good daddy. And a good husband.
Yes.
You're good to Lori, man.
Yes, I am.
You might be a little too good.
Yeah, well, she's got it good, though.
She's got it fucking, so's my wife. They both got it goddamn good. They got it good. Now, my wife's not seeing Sven 4 times a week. Now, don't get me wrong.
Somebody said to me the other day, is Cam still mad you're going on vacation? I'm like, oh yeah. He's all upset. He just wants me to go to the Ozarks.
I just want you to be happy when you get home.
I think it was the Great Dane. Mike Dane actually said that.
I think I want you to be
Give
happy.
him a shout out.
I just, Andy gets caught up in vacations, and $6,000 later, he's calling me from fucking Chicago, telling me to call people. Call. We need more sponsors. I'm like, okay. I'm like, what do we do? Just come home. Just come home.
First form, baby.
Yeah.
Use our link. And more of our listeners are doing so. We appreciate that. Firstform.com/Cam Strick. Use that link and do it today, man. Get your life going in the right direction. Most importantly, download that app.
Yep. It'll help you out. It'll teach you everything you need to know.
Yes, it will.
Including how to work out.
Yes.
Videos on how to work out. Excuse me. Sorry.
Tesson Roofing.
Oh, baby. What up?
Greener shingles, Cam.
Man.
What do you think of when I tell you about greener shingles?
Well, I'll tell you this. It's El Nino in Missouri right now.
Says who?
Some people. El Nino.
What does that mean?
Remember it happened in the 90s. El Nino came around. Remember Chris
that.
Farley on Saturday Night Lights? I'm El Nino. That means the Nino. I just think it's going to be hardcore storms going through July and August. Not always, because July and August are pretty fucking dried out, and they're like desert in Missouri. But crazy. This year is going to be different because of El Nino. And that's why it's been relatively cool. But in Texas, they got some fucking hail the size of your head. And it was scary-looking hail. It was hail like with fucking nails in it. It looks scary. Fucked up shit left and right. My point is, with Tesson Roofing, man, I'm telling you, we're going to get rocked again with hail, nasty storms, and you're going to need these guys to be on it. Yeah. And they're going to come to your house. And
all the major insurance companies make them a priority,
exactly.
man.
So take advantage of him, dude.
Yes. Hey,
I'm telling you.
Asphalt shingles, though, they're prone to drying out. Did you know that?
Yeah, man.
They lose their essential oils. It's almost like your skin. It leads to brittleness, shortened lifespan.
Like brittle.
However, by preserving these oils within the shingle composition, the Greener Shingles Rejuvenator product can significantly prolong the shingle's usefulness, Cam.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It makes it last longer, adding an impressive 5 years to their longevity with each application. And that's a lot.
It's a ton, dude.
5 years per each application. Check out TesonRoofing.com. Do it today.
Homegrown here in Missouri, baby.
You can even ask for Brett.
Yeah, that's my boy.
The American Dream.
He is. He is the American Dream.
Yes, he is.
South County boy. Just like, no, I'm going to veer off and do my own thing and be successul.
Yes.
And now we're golfing together in a couple of weeks. He's buying me for fucking
I don't think he's going to do it.
Yes, he is. A golf tournament. He's donating to tournaments. That's when you know your company's getting big. You start donating to big golf tournaments, pro players events, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, you weren't invited to that because it's pro players. But, you know, like that kind of stuff, man.
If I would have played one game, it would have been.
If you would have played one game, you got invited to that.
I love it. TesonRoofing.
I love it.
.com. All right, Bellman and Bellman.com. At Bellman, you get no what, Cam?
Swinging dick. Okay. You don't get any swinging dicks.
On one side of the street, over there in Troy, Missouri, baby.
Troy, baby.
You got that Buick GMC. Cam's looking at that Buick Enclave.
Not bad. They
Nothing
ain't
wrong
bad.
with that. No.
Those things drive like a Cadillac.
I need a GMC. Danny boy, if you're listening, can we work out something?
Well, you got that Volvo still?
I got a trade in for you. And they'll take it.
Oh, I know.
And it doesn't matter how bad your credit scores are. Listen, all y'all, don't be embarrassed if you got bad credit, whatever. They're here to help you, here to serve you. On the other side of the street, Cam, you got the Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. I could do some damage over there, man. I got so many different options. I don't know what I would choose. But they're there for you,
Try
man.
something nerdy.
For everybody, there's something for you. Bellman and Bellman.com. Say hi to Danny boy, will you?
What up, Danny?
And Dale.
Dale.
How you doing, Dale?
Dale.
And, of course, Kenny.
Hey, Kenny. How you doing, buddy?
They're the absolute best. They're located where, Cam?
Troy, Missouri.
Get out there and get out there today. Get yourself some new wheels before summer's over, man, in time for the fall and all of that. We love all our friends over there at Bellman. They'll even give you some sushi and treat you the right way. When you
Stupid
go
thing to say.
Flavored water. I've been watching all these food Instagram posts, Cam, of how to make different things.
I love it.
God.
I watch food
I
stuff.
may just become an Instagram
Yeah, but you don't eat anything.
video guy who just makes things all day long.
I don't trust your food because you don't expand your horizons. You know what I mean? Like Andy will cook he'll put like fruit on or veggies on the grill. But look, I'm barbecuing. Like, yeah, I
It's
know.
not right that you say that.
I know you are. Like I do the same thing, but it's like you're not.
I got you.
That's not a skill set that you're trying to hone.
I understand.
Like you put fucking veggies on there.
Yeah.
Like do something substantial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sparks and Sparks.com, obviously, also. Just don't go see Seth. We'll have more about Sparks coming up in time for the season in August. But again, you can still use our promo code Cam Strick.
Yeah, baby.
Save you more money than Black Friday and Cyber Monday. All right. Sam Gagner. He's at a hockey school near you in Muskoka, baby.
Muskoka.
The pride
The wealthy
of Ontario. High draft pick of the Edmonton Oilers.
Yep.
He's had a long career, and he's still going. Double hip surgery, Cam.
Oh, ain't
He's
no joke.
rehabbing that right now. He and Kane, they're talking about their hip surgeries. Lots to get into here with Sam Gagner, man. Unbelievable conversation. Enjoy it now. He's next on the Cam Strick podcast. Hairclub.com, baby.
Oh, you're damn right.
Go to our landing page today, hairclub.com/Cam Strick. Regrow, restore, and replace that hair.
Don't wait.
Now to the interview. What's up?
Sammy.
You looking at the water right now or what? You wakeboarding?
I wish. Well, I am just not the water I wish I was looking at. I'm actually at my parents in Oakville right now. I'm just doing some rehab down here for a couple of days, but go back up to the lake on Thursday, picking up my family from the airport and heading up. So looking forward to that.
There you go. Oakville's not the same there in Canada as it is here.
Well, what water are you looking at? Like a creek or
Lake
something?
Ontario. It's really nice, but I prefer the lake of my the cottage lake.
He's up in Muskoka.
Muskoka with
all the boys.
All the boys.
Who you seeing up there? Although we've had so many guys who we've had on who are just talking about Muskoka.
Muskoka.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm probably the worst of them. I'm Mr. Muskoka, so
I love it.
yeah, I love it up there. It's tough to beat.
Hey, we want to be Mr. Muskoka too.
Yeah,
to
I know.
be honest with
What's
you.
your place like?
Come on up.
What do you got?
Come
Like,
on up.
what kind of setup you got? I mean, what kind of boat and all that?
I actually last year I just bought. It's called a Frosher. It's more like a cruising boat. Like I don't surf or anything anymore. I got young kids, so it's hard to get out and surf. So we just bought like a cruiser. It's pretty sleek, and I love it. I just got it at the end of last summer, so I'm looking forward to getting back and using it this summer.
Hey, is there like so you're cruising around? You got this boat. You're going cove hopping. Like, is there gas stations out there? You gotta take your boat, take it out of the water, go to a gas station, fill it up, and then put it back in, or is there something on the water?
No, there's like multiple marina. Like there's
Nice.
like a marina around every corner. You just pull up and they do it for you, and then you get back in your boat and go and do a little shopping while you're waiting. It's pretty. That's my favorite part about Muskoka is just like, you know, you can boat to golf, you can boat to grocery stores, you can boat to get gas.
Yeah.
Like,
Lordy be.
the only place you can't boat to is to skate, which, you know, hopefully someday I'm working on it, but
Hey, you need to put that rink up.
Yeah,
you
I
got plenty of people there to park.
Yeah, homie.
Make Tavares pay for it.
Exactly.
exactly. I just got to get the renderings drawn up, and then I'll get him the bill.
Hey, is he up there? Who are you doing hockey schools up there with? I hear you're doing hockey schools.
Yeah. Like I'm doing them, and then there's a bunch of pro guys that are up there training and skating. I'm going to do one with Kyle Clifford this summer. We have kids around the same age, so we're going to do one together, and then talk to Eric and Branson about maybe doing one. But like all the pros up there, I just kind of get them to hop in on some of our camps that we got running. So.
Oh yeah, I know all the Clifford boys, man. His
Kyle,
son
man.
Riker was playing with my son Ty too.
Yeah.
So
Oh right, yeah. That's right. They were there.
I may have to Riker Clifford. Yeah,
oh, that's
Riker.
cool. Riker. That's cool.
I may have to bring my kid up to Muskoka for hockey school.
Quit inviting yourself.
I think you do. I mean, that's the whole allure of it, right? Like, you know, like make it a vacation for the parents, and you know, it's a great spot to be in the summer. So.
Hey, where do we stay? Like they got like hotel, they got like a resort there. Like where do I stay if I brought?
Well,
them
there's a bunch, but there's like up where I am. There's a JW Marriott that's really nice, and there's a bunch of like smaller little resorts that you can stay at, and then I mean you can like there's a lot of cottages for rent, but those go for silly amounts of money.
He ain't making that kind of money. He ain't making that kind.
We're not there yet.
He's gonna stay with 15 people. What else you like to do, man?
No, they're crazy.
What else you like to do, though? I know you like you're chill. You like to be on the lake, dude. I get that. Are you a barbecuer? Are you a golfer? I'm guessing you're probably a good golfer.
Yeah, I'm an all right golfer. I like to golf.
Of course he is.
Like my kids are like 7, 5, and 3, so it's just hard to get out. So
Yeah.
I mostly just spend time with them. We're out in the water with them. But yeah, it's awesome.
Listen, of course. What you say? These guys all act like they're not good golfers, but then I ask them what their handicap is. Cam, that's what the golfers talk. Like,
Thanks,
when
Andy.
golfers are
Andy
talking
acts
to
like
each
he
other.
knows golf.
So, what's your handicap?
I'm a 10.
Yeah, he's good,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
He's good.
yeah.
He's
can
good
play
for-
with me.
He's good for tournaments and stuff, too.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about being a 10 is like some days you can be great and some days not so great. So that's just kind of I whack around a bit.
Hey,
I get you.
is Tavares up there too? Though I know you guys are tight. You guys go way back.
Yeah. He's up. He's only about 10 minutes from me. Yeah, he's got a great spot. You know, so we hang out in the summers, we skate and train together. So yeah, it's awesome.
But these guys who play for the Leafs, like, can they get away? Is that a spot up there in Muskoka, like where everyone just kind of leaves them alone? Like, I mean, are like the riders like hiding out in the trees, like
bird watching?
No,
being like,
no,
can we get a minute with you, please?
No, there's no writers or anything like that. But I mean, I think, you know, anywhere around here is hockey crazy. So it's hard to, like, I guess, truly get away. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty private. And, you know, guys have spots. Yeah, it's a great place to get away. Nobody ever bothers me. But it might be a little bit different being captain of the Leafs. So, but yeah.
Yeah, Andy get bothered up there too. You might not want to go up there, Andy. They'll be
Right.
staring at you. Hey, so what's on the agenda now, man? Like are you banged up still? Like, how you feeling? What do you want to do coming up here? You looking to still play?
Yeah, no,
you want to kick your feet up? Like what?
No, I feel really good. I've I got surgery about 2 months ago now on my right hip. A little earlier than that on my left. But yeah, like I feel like I'm progressing really well, coming along really well. And, the hope is to be back better than ever. It's something that's been bothering me for a while now and kind of creeped up again this past year and was kind of affecting, my stride and my ability to recover and all that. And, I think I'm doing everything that I need to do in terms of the rehab, and I have the right, people helping. And, I think that my skating is going to be better, and, I feel confident in that. And yeah, no, I'm excited about playing next year. I need to figure out where that's going to be. And, but yeah, I feel really good.
Well, listen, the players I know who have had those double hits, they come back strong, though. Bouwmeester had it. I remember Oscar Sundqvist had it recently.
Yep.
Korea had it and then retired. But, I know guys who have had those double hips, man. They tell you to get them done at the same time, don't they?
Yeah. Mine had been both affecting me for a while. So it made sense to get them done together. I know guys that have done, they do one and then they wait till the next off season to do another. And I just kind of felt like trying to do, 2 summers of rehab was going to be, pretty strenuous. So get them both done at once and get them done with enough time to be ready for training camp. And that was kind of the thinking behind it. But yeah, I'm really happy with how it's progressing. I think I'm ahead of timelines, and should be able to get back on the ice here soon. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, you went about it the right way.
Yeah, you
Listen,
did.
I feel like you've been in the league for 25 years,
dude.
but you're only 33.
Yeah.
You got a lot of hockey left,
do,
man.
man.
If you still want to play,
yeah.
you can play for a few more years.
Yeah, no, I get that a lot. That when I say I'm 33, I don't know if it's the grays in my hair or what, or just the fact that I started pretty young. But yeah, I feel other than kind of the hips stuff that had been going on, I feel really good. I think last year I felt really good at the start of the year until my hips started to go. Everything else feels great. I think. Mentally, I still love to play. I still love to train. I still love the process of it. So, yeah, I want to, I'm looking forward to seeing how, the hips come together and what it does to my game, but hopeful that I can play for a lot more time.
Yeah, man. You will. So tell us the process about getting double hip surgery though. Are you just laying in bed? Can you get up and move and go to the bathroom? Do you have a bell by your bed? Hey, honey, I need things. How was that? Was it just a big pain in the ass, as usual with surgery?
Yeah, the initial, few days after surgery is always pretty difficult. Just trying to move around. But I think I was pretty fortunate. They had me in the pool kind of 3 days after.
Oh, nice.
And I was already doing pool work. I was non-weight bearing on my first hip for 7 weeks, and then non-weight bearing on my second for 3 to 4 weeks. And so I was essentially just in the pool doing all that work. And I was down in Florida actually for the first part of it. And so I was able to kind of be in the pool all day, just working at it and staying in shape. And then as you progress, you start to ride the bike a little bit more. You start to do all the rehab on land, on the gymnastics floor. So yeah, I'm progressing really well. It feels really good. And, I'm starting to get into the kind of the strength phase of it. and then I'll move into getting back to skating and going from there.
Listen, man, there's so much to get into with you. Like your hockey story is pretty interesting. I mean, even going back to obviously you growing up with an NHL dad, and he's an agent now, right? I mean, this is the same Dave Gagner who's an agent now, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's right.
All right.
He's enjoying that.
Yeah, just putting two and two together, man. Yeah. I was harassing him last year when he was negotiating with Jordan Kyrou and all that here out of St. Louis. Got him a great deal, by the way.
Yep.
So describe your upbringing, man. Just having an NHL dad. Like, what do you remember? What was the coolest part of that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really lucky. Obviously, I feel really fortunate to have had, my dad as my coach growing up. I think that, our minor hockey team was really good. We had great coaching between him and, our head coach, James Naylor. And, it was something that if ever I had questions or, my dad was the first person I'd ask. So, I feel really lucky to have grown up around that. And then, when he initially retired, he actually started a company called Custom Ice Rinks, where they do kind of backyard rinks. And our rink in our backyard was kind of like the pilot project. So I had a 50 by 90 ice rink in my backyard with full boards, full everything, like a chiller system that kept the ice great. We had a little John Deere tractor with an attachment on the back as a Zamboni. So I could kind of skate whenever I wanted. So I was really fortunate that way and took advantage of it. I was on the ice all day pretty much growing up. And, probably part of the reasons that my hips started to go when I got to this age. But, it was certainly a blessing to have that growing up.
You mean the hockey kid dream? That's what that
is.
We had to skate in basements out here, man. Like Andy and I are from St. Louis. Like we had to buy rollerblades and hard wheels and skate on the pavement and basements and stuff like that. Just wasn't cold enough here. That's a hockey kid dream right there.
It is, man.
Well, that's what you need the chiller for. That's what my dad's company does.
Does he still have the company?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still part of it.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that.
Andy wants one.
Next year we're going to have the chiller. I'll tell you, we'll be talking about the chiller.
Yeah, there you go.
And we'll have it. Like, I want a 50 by 90 like you, though, man. That sounds.
Yeah.
So
I was pretty lucky.
Who was on your youth hockey team? Give us some names.
Yeah, so John Tavares was one of them.
Third line center. Was he the third line center?
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah. He. So he was he's a year younger than us, but he always played up with us. And then we had Cody Goluboff, Brendan Smith, Akeem Alou. Brian Cameron was a great junior player for in the OHL. Scored 50 goals in the OHL. We had a bunch of Justin Vive. We had a great team. And we had a lot of fun. We were tough to beat. That was for sure.
Akeem Alou, he's always in the news nowadays. Was he a good guy?
Yeah.
Did they treat
you get along with him?
Yeah, everybody treat him good.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, good, man. I was just curious. I see him out there doing his thing all the time. Yeah. So he's doing some good stuff. But John Tavares, man, JT, like playing a year up. Like, when did he start getting attention? Like, I mean, you were a stud too, so I don't want to act like you weren't getting attention either. Like, but when you're in Canada playing on like a powerhouse like that, because I know Petro played on some summer teams with JT and like Stamkos and all those other guys. Like, are you guys getting attention as young kids or no?
Yeah, I mean, John more so than anybody because he was a year younger. And our U16 year, which is kind of the big year for everybody before the OHL draft. I think he had 90 goals or something in 80 games throughout the course of the year. And, playing up a year, which is kind of crazy. He always had the attention. And then especially that year going to the OHL draft, he applied for exceptional status. And, there were the pressures of that. And, there's people saying that, it's unfair to a young kid to expect to play in the OHL as a 15-year-old. So he was dealing with that pressure. I remember the Ontario finals, the OHL Cup. There was a lot of kind of media talk already about that, and he's 14 years old at the time. So I'm sure that was hard to deal with, but I think going through that probably helped him for what he's doing now as, captain of the Maple Leafs. There's a lot of stresses that come with that, and he seems to handle it all really well. So, he got that right from a young age.
So what separated a guy like him from everybody else? Like at a young age, and like even a guy like you and because we're talking like when you're younger versus like being in junior, where like everyone kind of starts to separate a little bit, and the best players, you know who they are. But like at a young age, like what were you guys doing that maybe other guys weren't at that age to be so dominant?
Well, I mean, you have to have the work ethic, right? And I think John had that right from day one, and I was able to develop that from my parents, and I think we had a leg up obviously with our coaching staff in minor hockey. It was all about development. We were always working on skill and becoming better players. I don't even remember a practice where we worked on anything kind of system wise or anything of that nature. It was all just development and trying to make us better players, and we were really fortunate to have that. But then, I think ultimately, like, it comes down to like passion for it and obsession. I mean, when I think about Johnny and the amount that he puts into it, he's thinking about it constantly. And, I'm the same way. It's all I really think about, and it's all I thought about growing up. And, because of that, we were on the ice all the time. We were always thinking about ways to get better. And, we pushed ourselves to do just that. So, that doesn't stop. I think, you get to the NHL level, and that obsession just keeps growing and growing. And, it's something that, we've loved to do, and you just got to, keep working at it and keep trying to enjoy it.
So you go to London, and by the way, I was a higher draft pick than he was, Andy. I was a third rounder.
Well, that's because everyone thought he was going
but still,
to college.
Can I still say that, though? I was a higher draft pick.
Yeah. Of course you could say that.
Hey, so you go to London. You got Gagner there. Like, how cool is that city? The rink, everything about it. I mean, could Kane go anywhere in that city without being probably mobbed, even at that age?
Yeah, no, it's an amazing place to play junior. I remember, so I was drafted there as a 15-year-old, and it was the year that they were hosting the Memorial Cup, and I had already committed to going to school, and so I was going to Sioux City the next year, but they brought me in to take me to the Memorial Cup and just kind of show me around. And it made it a really difficult decision, because I saw kind of what hockey meant in that city, and what the atmosphere was like at the rink, and it felt like almost like a mini NHL. And to turn that down the first year was really difficult. And then ultimately I made the decision to come back. I just felt it was best for my development. I was going to get a good opportunity, and the Hunters were great to me. They gave me a lot of opportunity. They taught me a lot the year I was there. It ultimately, was the best thing for my career. So I really enjoyed my time there.
All right, so listen, I know a couple of we both do very well. A couple of his former teammates in junior, Tony D. Hart, we'll give him a shout out.
D. Hart, what's up, baby?
Tony D. Yeah,
and big Phil McRae, man. So,
gosh dang, Philippe.
So, but they would tell me, man, like you guys were you and Patty Kane, so competitive with one another while playing that year for London. I mean, both two of the best players in the league. And, from a point standpoint, kind of going back and forth. I mean, how much did he push you? How much did you push Patrick Kane? Like, what was that 1 year like playing with him?
Well, yeah, I think it was huge. I mean, it was both of our draft years, but, we were really good friends. So the competition was really healthy, and I think that's important. You want to push each other to become better players, and you want to compete against each other, but you want it to be healthy. And, we were line mates, and, we were, focusing on trying to help our team win. And it was just a great year from that standpoint. And Gagner and I still keep in touch, and we're still friends. So, I think that year was huge for both of us. And it really got us ready for playing in the NHL the following year.
Okay, so to see him go on to have this Hall of Fame career and, be among the best players of his era, I mean, if you find another one you got Crosby and Ovi and these guys, man. But Kaner's right there, man, in terms of what he's done.
Oh, for sure. It's funny.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's funny. Like, I mean, he'll probably go down as the greatest American-born player to play. And I think when we got to London, he was like, I think he was ranked 3rd round in the NHL draft, something like that, in the initial kind of scouting rankings, and he was dominant right from day one in London, and he was so hard on himself about his game and trying to be the best, but he has a confidence about him that is incredible, and you see it in big moments in the playoffs. He has that swagger where he wants the puck and he knows he's going to be the guy to make a difference. And, I think, he surprised a lot of people when he came to the NHL, but his hockey sense, his IQ, his competitiveness and his ability to kind of rise to the occasion. I don't think there's really many better in terms of that. And, I know he dealt this past year with some of his own hip issues and is getting those taken care of, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him back to the level he was at before going into next year.
Are you both rehabbing at the same time? Are you FaceTiming each other?
Swimming together?
Yeah. He got surgery a long time after I did, and he had a different surgery. He ended up getting his resurfaced, which is a little bit different of a rehab. But we're actually we're rehabbing with the same person here in Oakville. Dr. Ian McIntyre, he's the best. So, we're talking about it. And, I think the fact that I'm a little bit ahead of him, he's kind of picking my brain on how it's going. We were talking around kind of both the time we were getting surgery, and we were actually talking over the last couple of years as we were dealing with the same things. Both of us, when we were growing up, we were on the ice all the time. So, I think that kind of lends itself to kind of hip issues down the line. And so we've been talking the last few years about, how to keep going and, contemplating whether to get surgery, all that kind of stuff. So, we've been in touch a lot over the last little bit.
You think kids should be on the ice all the time? What's your honest take on that then? Because, the kids, they want to be on the ice. They want to skate. Some people feel like they shouldn't be skating in the summer. What's your take on that?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm of the mind, I think that, I look at the way some guys train, and when I'm in the NHL, I'm a hockey player, so I'm gonna train on the ice. I'm gonna train like a hockey player. But I also think it's important for kids to play other sports and do other things, and become athletes, and get your mind off the game at times. And you just got to figure out kind of the best time for that. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily a good thing to be on the ice every day, all day. But, I think if it's driven by the kid and you're passionate about it and it's something that you want to be doing, I think that's great too. So, I don't think there's a kind of one answer fits all, but I do think it's important to play other sports and experience other things. And then ultimately when you come back to hockey, it just makes you better for it.
Hey, the third member of your line, though, real quick before we move away from Junior, you maybe want to talk about Dale or whatever, but
I was going to ask about Dale, big Dale Hunter.
Sergei Kostyshin, right? Kostyshin. He was also putting up over 100 points. He had a brother too, man. He had a brother, I think, who played in the league also. They kind of had their stuff going on over there in Russia and whatever. But he was a great junior player, man. I mean, did he what was his role playing with you and Kaner? Could he drive the line? Was he a supporting member of the line? Tell us.
He was an incredible junior. He was 19 years old at the time. He was a couple of years older than I was. And he was already built like a man. But he was an incredible junior. He touched all areas of the game. He played on the penalty kill for us, power play. The power play was funny there. Him, Kaner, and I stayed on the, if it was the 5-minute power play, we'd stay on for 5 minutes of it, which probably doesn't create the best habits, but we had a lot of fun doing it. I think Sergei averaged over 30 minutes a night in the playoffs that year. He was just a workhorse, and he was an incredible junior player.
What about Dale, though? You know, I know he runs the show in London. We try to get him on the podcast over and over again. He just won't do it. But, like, what separates him, man? Like, he's kind of got it all. Like, he's just so successful. Like, what can you say about Dale Hunter?
Well, I think he has a great pulse on the game. As you know, he can sense kind of when players are going, when they're not, and he just reacts accordingly to the game. I think you know, that's what makes him such a good coach, is how adaptable he is to kind of what's happening in the situation of the game. I mean, when Kaner, Sergey, and I were feeling it, we didn't come off the ice. And, you know, if there was nights that, we didn't have it that night, he pulled us back and we sat. And, you never liked that, but it was kind of a situation where, hey, you want to play, you play well. And I think it was great for us. I think he teaches you how to be a pro in terms of like what the pro game is like, and, what coaches at the next level are looking for, and holds people accountable to it. So I had a great experience with him, and it really prepared me for going to the NHL the next year.
Would he really sit you guys? Because listen, I could keep you and Kaner out for 5 minutes on the power play. I could say, Kaner and Gagner, you guys go and stay out there.
No, yeah. I wouldn't say, I don't know about fully sitting us, but instead of, kind of playing us 28 minutes, he'd only play us 19 minutes or whatever if we weren't going. So, but yeah, he just has a great feel for the game and knows what players are going and who to get out there at certain times. And I mean, the success they've had there over the number of years kind of speaks for itself.
18 years old, man, you're playing in a show. Like, God, like, that's so young. I mean, that is so damn young. Like, how was it? I know your daddy played, so you kind of have some guidance with that, but like, how was it as an 18-year-old?
Yeah, I mean, I felt prepared for it. I think having my dad, I mean, we had conversations all the time about, I was able to kind of bounce things off of him, and, the trial and error that a lot of young players go through. I had a guy on speed dial that had already been through it. So, that really helped me. I think, living, I was living with a couple older guys that year too, that helped. I think the hardest part, honestly, is just living away from home and, trying to acclimate to the off ice portion of it. But in terms of the on ice stuff, I felt ready. I had a good year as an 18-year-old. I think where it became hard was the next few years when our team started to struggle, and, you put expectations on yourself to take that next step in your career, and to also help the team kind of get out of it. That's a really hard thing to handle as a young player, and something that, I struggled with, but, ultimately, like, all that adversity, I wouldn't trade it. I think it makes you a stronger person. It helps you in all facets of life. And, I'm grateful for having gone through it.
You wouldn't call people like you like an overachiever because, you were drafted so high and you put up so many crazy, you're just crazy numbers, obviously, in junior. But, like, to make the World Junior team in Canada as an underager, like, I mean, most guys don't do that. And then even making the NHL as an 18-year-old, man, and then, like, just looking at your career and, you've bounced around a little bit, but you've stuck it out. You played over 1,000 games, man. Like, what was it when you were younger that you had that allowed you to kind of, like, do things at an advanced age that's carried with you in the NHL?
Well, I think the work ethic is a huge part of it. Like, and it's something my dad's always instilled in me. And having passion for the game. Like, my dad loves the game. He's been a kind of a hockey lifer. I'd imagine I'll be the same. And, so growing up, I wasn't always the best kid when we were, 11, 12, 13. And I worked at it, and I was on the ice more, having the rink in my backyard, but I was out there on my own, and I was working on things that, I felt were, areas of weakness, and I got better at them, and I pushed myself to kind of get to that next level. And I think, by the time I was 16, 17 years old, I had really found that kind of level, and allowed me to, put up a great year in junior and make the World Junior team, and then ultimately get drafted high. But yeah, I think as I've gone through kind of some of the struggles in my career, I think that's what kind of kept me going, is the fact that I love the game, I'm passionate about it, and I'm whether it's going exactly how I want or not, I'm going to work to keep pushing forward and keep trying to get better. And it's not always a straight line in terms of success. There's a lot of peaks and valleys, and ultimately, those are the things that, when I look back on my career and some of the adversity I've gone through, that, I'm really grateful for. And, I can look back and, I can talk to my kids about it, and my kids can see it. And I want to continue to push myself to see what my potential can be. So, I still feel like I have some career left and want to keep pushing forward.
Yeah, man, you're 33, dude. You absolutely do. Hey, let me ask you something. You got an 8-point night. It kind of pisses me off, actually, because I know it kind of does. How the hell does that happen? Were you like, right when you're skating in warm up, sometimes were you like skating around like, oh damn, I got it. Mm-hmm. My hands are grooving. I feel good. Yeah. My legs are there. And once you get on the ice, like everything just happens perfectly. You know what I mean? Like, was it one of those games, or was it just like, damn, I just got 8 points. I didn't even know it.
Yeah, honestly, no. Like the first period, I thought I played terrible, and I think the coach did too, because he changed all the lines up after the first period, and thankfully he gave me Taylor Hall and Jordan Everly to play with the rest of the game, and then it just started to click, and it was one of those nights. I know, like, athletes talk about being in a flow state, and that's the way it felt to me as the game went on. Like, I wasn't in a rush at all. The game was just kind of coming to me, and I was just playing. I remember on one of the points later in the game, Halsey and Ebbs were like way up the ice, and instead of being in a rush to get up there, I just kind of sauntered up the ice, and they did their work and found me, and I got another point. And it's just one of those games where everything was clicking, everything felt like it was coming naturally, and I wasn't forcing anything. And you have to have a lot of luck in a night like that. But yeah, everything just clicked that night.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
You had some fights too, by the way.
I saw him.
He had some fights.
I saw him.
Hey, listen, tell me if I'm wrong. I didn't look it up, and I should have. But I remember when I was a kid, like Brett Hall got in one fight, and it was against Dave Gagner. Am I right about that?
Yeah, right.
Davey boy.
Hey, we've had Holly on a couple times, man.
Yeah. Davey.
Like Dave Gagner.
We're getting
that
Dave
was
on
fought.
next.
I know, we might have to get Dave on. But you don't mind dropping the gloves a little bit. Samuel will get pissed.
No, yeah. No, I think it serves a purpose. I think there's times when you get frustrated and the game's not going the way you want, or, you feel like the team needs a spark or whatever. And I find sometimes it calms me down. My mom really doesn't like it. But sometimes I feel like it can serve a purpose for me and serve a purpose for my team. So, it's not something I want to make a habit of, but there are times when it does happen.
Yeah, just gotta let it out sometimes.
Yeah, fight like Holly against Dave Gagner.
What did Holly do? Did Holly throw a punch?
I don't even know.
I don't think he did.
It was amazing watching Holly
Well,
fight.
he had to save those hands.
No doubt, dude.
Oh my God. Hey, listen, we got to ask you this. Like, Edmonton had one first overall pick after the other.
Oh my God.
Like, when you saw Nail Yakupov, were you like, okay, like this may not work out, or were you thinking this kid's going to be an absolute superstar? Like, what was it?
Well, the first year he was with us, Ralph Kruger's our coach, and Ralph was, I love Ralph. I have a ton of respect for him. He he's a coach that really, he gives you confidence. He gives you rope to make plays and make mistakes, and I think that really helped Nail adjust the league, and he had a great first year, and then it kind of it started to go downhill after that. But I mean, there's a lot of pressure coming in there. As a high draft pick, not only to have a good career for yourself, but also to help the team turn things around. And I went through it as a young player. It's a lot to deal with, and I can imagine the language barrier and the culture barrier and all that kind of stuff. Like, it just kind of adds to it. So it was a tough situation to come into. But he's a great kid. He worked really hard, and I have nothing bad to say about him. We actually had some good chemistry our first year, and it was just a tough situation to come into.
Yeah. He actually played here for a year.
He's
and I really
nice
liked
guy.
him.
Yeah.
And super nice guy, great English.
Yeah, great kid.
But I remember watching. I'm like, this guy in practice. Like, I'm talking like just like kind of like training camp, practices. Like, he does have unbelievable, like, he can like shoot. He skates 5,000 miles an hour. It's just in the game processing.
I didn't see it.
Like, it's hard to be a superstar.
Hey, but Brian
at that
Burke
level.
though, and we had him on too, and he said that he was like the worst. Remember you go to the draft and you talk to the players.
The
and
interviews?
the interview was like the worst thing he's ever seen. He said he almost got up and left. Like, did you ever hear about that story of Brian Burke talking about Neil Yakupov?
No.
Were you like were you like confused by that?
Yeah, I saw that. I never got that sense from him. He was always really good with me. Whenever I tried to help him with things, he was very receptive to it. So I never got that from my end, but you never know how those combine interviews can be difficult.
They're goofy at times.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, listen, I was thinking about like Taylor Hall, and then like watching Jack Eichel do his thing. Sometimes guys don't want to be like, they're not always comfortable, or maybe it's not even like part of their DNA, right? As players, to be front and center, to be the guy, the go-to guy. And they just want to settle in on a team and just do their job and help the team win and find different ways to impact. Like, Jack Eichel looks so comfortable playing in Vegas around all these other vets. And I feel like Taylor Hall, as he's evolved and gotten out of Edmonton, he's just kind of settled into being like a really, really good NHL player, like we're seeing right now from him in Boston. You think that's an accurate read? Like, some guys, they're not as comfortable trying to be the guy versus being a big, part of a team.
Yeah, well, I mean, situation and fit are really important. And I think it's a really difficult situation to come into. I mean, you look at Buffalo, you look at Edmonton when we were there. They're hockey crazy markets, and when you're coming as a young player and you're expected to kind of help turn the franchise around while also being a great player in your own right, that's a lot of pressure on a young kid, and it's a lot to deal with. And, there's certain guys that handle it really well. I mean, but the organization around you too has to kind of help you get to the next level. And, I think both of those guys have found great fits where they are, and are great NHL players. And, I don't know Jack very well, but Taylor and I are really good friends. And, he was a great teammate to me, and, still a great friend. So I'm happy to see him doing well in Boston and kind of finding a role. He had a great playoff this year. I know didn't go the way they wanted, but they kind of ran into a wagon in Florida there in the first round. So, sometimes it just, like I said before, it's not always a straight line to success. There's a lot of things you got to go through to kind of find your way in this league.
Cam thinks, and a lot of our listeners think, that Taylor Hall is my kid's father.
No, Andy's son looks like Taylor Hall, and it's really odd because 7 years ago, near his birthday, he was in St. Louis, and I kind of questioned it. That's all. No big deal. It's no big deal. He probably has good genetics. He'll have good genes. Better genes than what Andy's going to provide.
Yeah, there you go.
What do you think of this Vegas team anyway? Like, even when you saw them play during the regular season, and we know Stoner was hurt, and they had a little bit more cap room, and they took advantage of it, just like the Lightning did a couple years ago too. But did you know this team was legit? They have been for quite some time, but damn, they're fun to watch, and boy, oh boy, that city's fun to play in, I'm sure, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think that you look at the atmosphere in that building and the way that, the entertainment that they provide, and like just the in arena atmosphere that they're able to provide as an organization is probably the best in the league. So anytime you go there, it's an incredible atmosphere. So I can imagine playing there as a home team is awesome. And then just in terms of their team game, they have a ton of depth. They really come at you in waves. They play with pace. They have a ton of skill, and they got great goaltending all playoffs. So I mean, they check every box in terms of what a winning team needs. And I wasn't surprised to see them. I mean, I thought Edmonton could maybe knock them off after they knocked us off. But that was a really tight series that could have gone either way. But then once they got through that, they kind of, I mean, they're a great team, and I wasn't surprised to see them win.
Hey, your boys tell me back in junior that your nickname was J-Lo.
Oh, it sucks.
J-Lo. Yeah.
Big booty or something?
Was that
big
Phil?
ass?
Was that Phil?
It may have been. It may not have been.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah. No, I got some junk in the trunk for sure.
Oh, he's one of those.
Yeah, but then you leaned out though, apparently though, right? I mean,
I've leaned out over the years. I mean, it's a fast game now, so you have to adapt.
Hey, I'm not wait real quick on that.
Yeah.
Women do appreciate that if they see a guy with kind of a big, healthy, muscular butt, because they're like, because all the hockey butt, because the girls are like, damn, I want one too. I know. So they appreciate it. That's all. No big deal.
Well,
I'm just letting you know.
We can call you J-Lo.
Yeah,
you're J-Lo.
I mean, that's just a hockey player. It's like, I mean, I think I heard Sid has to get custom jeans because you just can't wear jeans off the rack.
So does Cam.
I would for a lot of years too, but
it's nice to have a big wiener. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's all good.
Hey, listen. Did you like it when they called you that, or would you get pissed, or was it fun?
No, I don't get pissed about much.
Okay, good.
You can call me whatever you want.
All right, J-Lo. Listen. What's the story, though? You're playing in the World Junior, Steve Downey. He brings a guitar, and apparently he was so bad that you guys broke the guitar because you didn't want him to play anymore. Is that a true story?
I don't remember that, honestly. But, I was a young guy, so maybe I was kept out of the loop on that. But
good question, Andy.
Yeah, Downs was a character for sure.
I played with him in juniors, man. And I love the kid. Like, he went through a lot.
Character.
He went through a lot, too, with his daddy and all that. He got in a car accident and stuff. He was hearing impaired, but he'd fucking rock you. Yeah, we're trying to get him on the podcast, actually.
That's the one thing I remember about him at World Juniors is he'd sleep through meetings all the time because he couldn't hear his alarm. Yeah. He would take his hearing aids out at night and sleep through his alarm, but
he's a good kid. I like him a lot.
Hey, you were known for the shootout move, the Gagner, though. Like, did you bring that with you to the NHL? Like, did you have a lot of success with that in the NHL, too?
Yeah. So that's something I developed in London that I did. Like, it was similar to kind of what TJ Oshie does, where he has the kind of the same setup on every shootout and the same move. And I just kind of had different variations of it. And then, I brought it to the NHL. Usually, I mean, there's so many less shootouts now that I don't really get an opportunity to go very much. But early on in my career, I used kind of the same setup a lot and had success with it. And, I enjoyed working at that part of it.
No, I saw your highlights, too.
Yeah.
You'll make your ankle break,
in
Andy.
the shootout.
Yeah, Andy. I'm telling you. It was sick. Hey, so you're 1,000th game. Sorry, I have a tough time saying that word. What'd they get you? Like a big boogie board or something? What was that?
A watch?
Yeah, it's like a stand-up paddleboard, but I don't think I'm going to put it in the water. It's more of a decorational piece, but it was awesome. Like, I'm so thankful to the guys for kind of making that night feel special for me. It was like, playing in that game. I wasn't sure I was going to get there. There was a lot of kind of ups and downs in the middle of my career, getting sent to the minors a few times, and then going through some injury trouble, dealing with my hips and everything like that. So to finally get there, it was a special feeling. And then the boys made it even greater. They made the day awesome for me. The Jets organization as well. They were great throughout the whole process. So, that was for my family and I and all the friends that were in town. It was just an awesome night.
Hey, did Gretzky call you after your 8-point game? Because then the next game you had 3 points in the first period. I think you had something like points in like 11 straight goals for the Oilers, something crazy. Did he call you after the game and say, "Great job, you broke my record"?
Yeah. Well, so that 11-point consecutively is an Edmonton Oilers record. So, there's not many records that you can hold there that he doesn't have. So that was pretty special. But yeah, after the game, after the 8-point night, I just got a text from him that said, congratulations, and then he signed off 99. And I was like, I thought it was a prank or whatever, and I had to show it to the team services guy to see if it was actually his number. And when it was, like, I screenshotted that one and saved it for sure. I mean, that's pretty special to hear from the greatest player of all time. Something I'll cherish forever.
Yeah, no, he's the best, man. I mean, and for him to put 99 on there, man, I absolutely love it.
Yeah, so cool. I mean, there's not many guys that can get away with that, right?
No.
That's really cool.
Hey, I know you weren't in Winnipeg the whole year, but what was that experience like? I mean, you got off to a pretty good start, right? And then things kind of crumbled. Then they rediscovered their game. I know you got hurt, and they ended up making the playoffs. Bunch of guys are saying they don't want to sign extensions there and stuff, but like just playing in Winnipeg and living in Winnipeg, like you hear players saying, "I would never want to play in Winnipeg." It's like one of those cities. But like, what was the experience like for you playing there and just being around that group that, it has an interesting reputation as a whole? I'm not going to lie. Go ahead and discuss that.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I loved it. I mean, I think it's a hockey city. If you're passionate about the game, it's a great place to play. I think we had a great start, a great group of guys. I became really close with, most of the guys in the team. So, my kids love it. They were at a great school. Hockey was great for them. And, I have no bad things to say. It was a fun experience. And I think, how they handled everything kind of around my 1,000th game, and like the ceremony was really special. And then, it was a fun year. I think, the first half of the year was great, especially, I think we were first in the West, up until kind of January. So, things were going really well. And then, I got hurt, and, I wasn't part of, kind of some of the things that went on later in the year, in terms of the on-ice stuff. But, it's a great group of guys. I think with kind of where they're at, in terms of, some of the guys contractually, where they're at in their deals, there's going to be change, and, guys know that. So it's just, I think that's kind of, where that all stems from. But, I enjoyed my time there.
What's that Dubois like? Pierre-Luc?
Yeah, he's a fiery guy. He's really competitive. You see most games, everyone on the other team wants to kill him by the end of the game. He's a great player. He's a horse out there that, kind of can control the game with his, physical ability. So, he's a great player.
My favorite player to watch on that team. Everyone knows Wheeler and Scheifele and even Morrissey, man, who exploded this year offensively.
Oh, yeah. He had an awesome year.
And Hellebuck, obviously, has been doing his thing. But I love watching that Kyle Connor play, man. I mean, no one, really talks about him. How good is that kid?
Yeah, he's really underrated. He's got a ton of skill, and his IQ's off the chart. He knows how to get into scoring areas, and he knows how to get shots off. And, I had the opportunity to play with him at times this year, and it's great. I mean, if you get open space, and, he's going to get into a scoring area to give you an opportunity to make a play to him. So he's really smart. He's really great in those scoring areas, and he's a great player.
What do you do? What does a wife do in Winnipeg, in Edmonton? When you got kids, man, and it's a grind, you're gone for a week. What does the wife do with the kids when it's freezing cold in the wintertime? Can they do things? Is there stuff to do?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's great for kids. You got to grind a little bit.
Yeah.
You got.
All right. I get that.
Get your snow gear on and get outside.
Right.
And
there you
go, Sammy.
It's great. It's great. I think it's great for kids. So, my wife's from Edmonton. We were there for a number of years, and I loved playing there too. And in terms of the kids, I mean, my boys are starting to really get into hockey. So, nice. Outdoor rinks come easy in places like that. I just got to get the energy to get out there and make up the ice for them. But I mean, I think it's great for kids.
So what are you looking for this year? Like, you want to play again, but like, you got kids that play hockey. Yeah. That's got to be a consideration. Although, like, even like programs in Florida and Arizona, like non-traditional hockey markets, Nashville, they got hockey everywhere now, Sammy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the most important thing as I'm thinking about this year is finding a good situation for my family. Last summer towards the end of it was a bit stressful trying to figure out where we were gonna live. My wife's becoming kind of like a professional packer, professional mover. So I mean, those are the things you got to think about. That's always tough on the family to pick up and move again. But my wife's so supportive, and she's been so instrumental in helping me continue my career. So, I mean, ultimately it becomes a family decision now. I think, early in your career, you just try and find the best fit hockey-wise, and now it becomes more of a decision that, it's got to be a good situation for the family, and got to get the kids in a good school and make sure they're in good programs. And, so, we'll see. We'll see what kind of comes of it, but I'm feeling good and looking forward to playing next year.
Is your wife a doctor?
Oh, I was going to ask that same question, Andy.
Yeah.
What kind of doctor?
She's a family doctor. So she's been able to. Thankfully, she's been able to go online, and like she has an online practice. So when we've been moving around, she's still been able to keep her license and continue to work and keep her skills up. So, she's, I mean, it's great. Like having to deal with, she's kind of my therapist during the year as well, just trying to keep me sane as you go through the grind of an NHL season, and then, deal with the kids and deal with her work. I mean, she's a rock star. So,
Are you like, okay, honey, okay, I don't feel good today. Can you check me out real quick? Okay, now my hip hurts. What's going on?
Oh, she's training.
Well, she ends up
doing
that for kind of. She ends up kind of doing that for everybody, all the other wives, and so it's it's great to have a doctor in house for sure.
So she still practices. Like, she's not just a hockey wife. Like, she works and does her thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
I like that. I respect that.
Once we drop the kids off for school, she's I go to work and she goes to work too. So
smartest wife in the league, I'll tell you that
right
now.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Well, I think Jacob Trouba's wife is a doctor too, right? I think there's another player who's got a doctor wife, man. I think Trouba's wife.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think she is as well. Yeah.
Well, Trouba's putting guys in the hospital a lot, so maybe
that's why he's doing it. That's why he's doing it. He's getting that insurance.
Let me ask you,
her patient.
No shit. Let me ask you this, Sammy. You've been in the league a long time. You got NHL. You got hockey in your blood. What do you want to do when you retire? I know you're not going to retire now, dude. You're still young. I get that. But, man, you got a lot of knowledge. What do you want to do after hockey?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to stay involved in the game in some capacity. I mean, I'm kind of doing it as I play as well. I mean, I'm running the hockey camps in Muskoka, which is, it's great. Doing stuff for the younger kids and doing stuff for the pros, and really enjoying that. It's really rewarding. And then, I'm director of Toronto Marlboros in the GPHL. So staying involved in that, and trying to take. I mean, I grew up playing for the Marlies, and so trying to help bring that to another level. It's been great. But then, when I'm done playing, I'm not sure exactly where it's going to land in terms of exactly how it's going to look. But I'd love to stay involved in the game in some capacity, and I love the game, so I want to continue to get back to it.
Where's your wife from?
She's from Edmonton.
Oh,
I knew that,
there
Andy.
you go.
He said that earlier.
Oh,
I knew that.
Canadian. Listen, that's a lot of work though, being the director of hockey for the Marlies.
Shit.
And I've coached against them a bunch over the years with our AAA program and big time program. Like, are you going to board meetings and all that? Like, you got to be involved, right?
Yeah, no, I'm involved. It's more just phone calls for now. Actually my minor hockey coach, James Naylor, is the president of the team currently, and then Dave Nicoletti, who's a good friend of mine. He's our general manager. So he they kind of keep me in the loop on what's going on, and I just kind of help with kind of the direction of it and where it's going. So it's been awesome. It's a great organization, and I'm excited to be a part of that and see where we can take it.
You can do anything you want,
dude.
J-Lo.
You got a lot of good stuff going on.
J-Lo can do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever
the hell
right.
you want, homeboy.
I mean,
with that big ass of yours.
Oh my God! Just walk in, instant
That's
respect.
right.
Hey, I got to ask you a few more things, and then we'll let you go, man. We appreciate it.
Man.
I got to give you credit too, man, because you got sent down to the minors. You found your way back into the NHL. Like, mentally, did you ever think like, okay, I'm done. I can't do this anymore? And what was a guy like Sheldon Keefe like? I know you played with him, in the American League.
I mean, like parts of that were really tough. Obviously, like you sign a 3-year deal in Vancouver, and you expect to be there for the course of it, and you get sent to the minors for almost a full year. But yeah, I mean, Kiefer was great. I think he really helped me a lot in terms of my development. I needed to adapt my game and become better defensively, become better in a lot of different areas, and he helped me with that. So I think that was a great experience, and one that kind of going through that adversity and trying to find that resolve was really important in helping me extend my career. And I'm like when you're going through it, it's hard to feel good about that, but I'm thankful now when I look back on it that I went through it, and I think it's really helped me.
Hey, listen, I'm curious, man. I want your honest answer here. Like, you're such a extraordinary scorer in college or in junior, and then you get to the NHL, man. You found a different way to hang around and to have a career and play over 1,000 games without putting up 75, 90 points a year. Like, how much did you have to reinvent your game, and why do you feel like the scoring maybe didn't come as easy for you in the NHL as it did in junior?
Yeah, I mean, you have to find ways to adapt. I mean, it's a really hard league. It's a hard league to produce in every night. I've had stretches in my career where production's come a little bit easier, but it's really hard to be consistent with production. And the guys that do it, there's a lot that goes into it. And I think you always look at those skill guys and think, oh, that skill comes easy to them, but it's something you got to work at, and you got to stay physically sharp and mentally sharp to be able to do that on a consistent basis nightly. It doesn't always come easy. So, for myself, I had to find ways to adapt. I had to, get better defensively, which, I believe I've done. And then, when I got to Detroit, I thankfully got the opportunity to start penalty killing. And that really helped round up my game, and I penalty killed a ton there. And it just, it helps you hang around longer. And, you got to find ways to fit into a team and find a role. And that's what I've tried to do over the last part of my career, and it's really helped me.
Well, listen, you deserve an opportunity to play for a contending team,
yeah,
man,
you do.
and to get to a good team. So I hope wherever you sign this season that it's with a team that maybe has a chance to win. Hey, I'm curious, last thing for you. Being in Edmonton through the years when they're getting all these first overall picks and maybe you guys weren't doing it, and then you go back and McDavid's there. Like, what was there a different feel in Edmonton during the McDavid time you were there versus when you were there before McDavid? Like, and just that experience overall, man, playing with him. Like, when's the first time you met that kid?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's a special kid, and he's probably the best player we've ever seen in terms of what he's able to do on the ice. He's just incredible, and he works so hard at it. So, I mean, being around that team, when he's kind of entering his prime and
and taking that thing to another level. It's just, you definitely feel a different energy around it. And then having the new rink and all that comes with that. It was definitely a different feel, but they're a team that's, they're knocking on the door. I mean, I thought they were Vegas's hardest test throughout the playoffs, and, they're close. So, I mean, Connor's a great person, and, he's the perfect guy to help kind of lead that group to the next level.
I love it.
Right
man.
on, man.
Hey, all the best to you, man.
Yeah, dude.
In your rehab,
Absolutely.
your recovery with the kids. I hope I run into you one day, obviously, on the youth hockey circuit.
Well,
man.
I'm coming up in Muskoka.
I'm going to come to the camp.
Yeah, you should. Absolutely.
But
sign them up. We got some options.
Okay, I
Right
love
on.
it. I love it.
Well,
man.
no, your son's going up there, Andy, not you. You
Yeah,
dog. Good Lord. See,
check
that's
out the
what.
website.
Yeah, the kids going.
MuskokaHockey.ca. Check it out and let me know what you think.
Yeah, plug that, man.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead for
Say it
people.
one more time.
Hey, how far is it from Toronto, by the way, for people who don't know?
That's it's a 2-3 hours depending on when you're driving.
Ain't bad. That ain't bad.
So what's the website again?
Say it again.
Yeah, it's MuskokaHockey.ca.
Okay, I'll be there next summer.
Oh, okay. Andy.
Okay, and listen, all the best to you, Sammy, man. I can't wait to
dude.
see you during the season this year, no matter where you land. So
We're rooting for you, buddy.
get healthy.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the time.
See you, Sammy.
All right,
Later,
Sammy,
dude.
Take care. The Cam Strick podcast is brought to you by Bellman and Bellman.com. BEHLMANN.com. Get out there to Detroit, Missouri. Check it out. On one side, you got the Buick, the GMC. Options for everybody. Then right across the street, you got the Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Again, find something that works for you and get yourself a new set of wheels in time for the summer.
Yeah.
All right, that was Sam Gagner, Cam.
Sammy boy.
I'm just finishing off my chocolate chip cookie dough
You
first
didn't
form.
eat a damn thing.
Yeah, I did.
I've never seen you eat anything in my life.
You went to the bathroom.
And you crushed that thing? I doubt it.
I did.
Good. You need to eat something.
I'm thinking tomorrow we do some, we just have an all-out athletic competition.
Okay. That's fine with me. I'll even get wasted and beat you. No, I will. Might do a couple other things.
Oh, can you come pick me up after the show and then drive me home afterwards?
Yeah, I got you. Hold your breath. I'll be there. Like, good God. Like, no, I'm not doing that.
Cam, I need a ride.
No, you get out there, dude, and I'll take care of you. That's how it goes.
Cigars, golf balls, and Bloody Marys.
I got you on that. I told you.
Okay.
You gotta bring your clubs.
I'm sharing clubs.
No, we're not doing that. That's Hoosier. You don't do that in a fucking nice golf course. You don't do that, dude.
Sam Gagner wouldn't have a problem with that.
Because he has his own clubs.
He'd let me borrow his clubs.
Well, he played a game in the NHL. If you would have only played a game, I'd let you borrow my clubs.
I've done a couple of
I cried.
Children's Hospital visits.
Little girl.
With
Goddamn.
I did one with Chris Pronger one time.
Yeah.
I did one with Pat LaFontaine. Actually.
Yeah, Patty was part of it too. Yeah, he's a big section of Children's
We
Hospital.
drove around in a car, went back. He actually grew up in St. Louis.
Yeah.
He was the first player
Get
to
outta
ever
here.
make the
Get
NHL
outta
from
here.
St. Louis.
Fucking left at 6 years old. Does not
7.
count.
He's Ty's age.
I didn't even play hockey then.
He's Ty's age. He'd be like, Ty grew up, he started in St. Louis.
Yeah, and he moves. It doesn't
7.
count. He didn't grow up playing here.
Pat LaFontaine is the first
No,
to
he's
ever make
not.
it out of St. Louis.
Okay.
And I did the feature to prove it.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So we drove around his old house and all that type of stuff, but then we went down to Children's Hospital.
Yep.
He was excellent
He's
with
great.
these kids, man.
Did we get him on?
Have
we got him on?
We have not had him on yet.
Pat LaFontaine?
We got to get him on.
Get his ass on, dude. What are we doing? It's a good one.
He's one of those that changes his number like every 6 months.
Yeah. Okay. Well, find it, Andy. You know how to find numbers. You're on your phone all fucking day. Meanwhile, I'm like, I listen to podcasts and I expand my knowledge. Andy's on the phone.
I watch Netflix.
Yeah, okay.
I've been watching ever since the NBA and NHL season ended, like I said.
Yeah.
I've been catching up on a number of things that I've been reading about UFOs. I've got a little extra time on my hands right now.
Good. You need to do that, man. Just a couple little things here and there. Doesn't have to be hockey 24/7. Just read up on
But
some
everybody's
things.
tweeting. I'm hearing.
What?
It's just like whatever.
I'm hearing what?
The team is interested in this guy or that guy.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
We'll see where it goes. I do know Sam Gagner was a great guest, and I wish him the best of luck, man. Maybe he'll return back to Detroit. You never know. Edmonton, I hear, is a potential landing spot for him to go back. Could you imagine him going back for like the third time?
Yeah.
I don't know where he's going to go.
He's going to be just fine.
Family is of the consideration because he's got kids playing hockey and all that.
Yeah. I mean, he could do what he wants. He's got money. He's played 1,000 games. I know he wants to win and be competitive in the playoffs and stuff. Like
Wouldn't it be all about that to you?
Yeah, it would be. I just go to the best team. I'll take minimum salary. Just go to the best.
Just go to the best team.
I'll be a role player. I'll be a leader. Tell me what to do. If I have to sit games
Apparently
out, I
he's
don't
got
give a fuck.
incredible work ethic, man. He's known for his work habits.
I'll lead the team in practice.
J-Lo.
I'll lead the team in practice. I'll make minimum wage. I'll be a leader on this team. If you need me in games, you don't. I'm not going to complain. I'm always going to be good. I want to play for a winning team.
Yes.
And you're going to need me in the third round.
Yes.
When I'm fucking sitting there waiting to fucking go.
I'm ready to
and
run
everybody's
through a
fucking
wall.
fucking banged up. You need a guy like me. And if I'm him, that's what I'd want to do.
I want to.
He's got 2 hip surgeries.
I know. Double hip. A lot of guys do it.
That's
A lot of guys
hardcore,
do
man.
that. Get it done at once.
Yeah. You got to get done, dude.
That's what the Nelk boys would say.
Yeah.
The Nelk boys.
I don't mind.
I mean, that came out of nowhere. Dana White just. You think he knows what he's doing with that too, right?
Yeah, God, yeah.
What do you think they said to Dana? You think they were like, "Hey, we tried to get him with the NHL," and they said no? They wouldn't credential us?
I think Dana doesn't give a shit one way or the other. They probably just brought it up, and it's like, oh, Dana's got a say on this.
He's like old motherfuckers. It sounds like
it's true, though.
Sounds like Dana has maybe tried to do something with the NHL before and hasn't had a whole.
He doesn't need the NHL.
He doesn't.
What the fuck does he need the NHL for?
He doesn't. What I'm
They're
saying
a
is
dinky ass league.
What I'm saying is his rant sounded a little personal.
No, I think he's realistic.
Cam, I get that. He's real and all of that, but I think maybe there's some.
He hates the media in general, dude. He just hates
for him to have that much venom. I'm wondering if there was ever
listen to his
personal
post game conferences. That's what he does, man.
I'm just wondering if there was ever maybe a personal.
Listen, that guy's gone through so much shit.
He does videos for like crazy like food and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's
Fucking Fridays.
He's like a health nut now. He's lost weight, man. He looks good.
Has he?
Yeah, Dana. I'd work for him. I just think that in general, he thinks the media are a joke, and then he looks at the NHL and what they're not doing compared to what UFC does to promote people.
What was his background? Was he a fighter?
Yeah, he's a boxer.
He was?
He was a boxer in Boston, and he owned a boxing gym, and the mob came up to him. He owned a gym in, like, South Boston, you know, and the mob cats came in and said, "You owe me $2,000 a month." He's like, "What?" He said, "No, you're paying me $2,000 a month." And Dana's like, "I'm out." Leaves Boston, goes to Vegas, meets people, starts up the fucking thing.
Wow.
Never looked back. Whitey Bulger was the guy.
One of
his crew.
Really? The older,
Look up his stuff.
The older brother from the Boston Marathon manhunt bombing.
God, you won't stop with this. Yeah, what about it?
He was boxing too.
Okay, I'll bag that fucker up.
And he was like, he was close to making the U.S. Olympic team. U.S. Olympic team.
For what? Boxing?
Boxing.
Good for him.
And they were saying
how's he doing now?
He's dead.
Good.
One of the worst human beings ever.
I don't know about that.
Cam, they blew up the Boston Marathon, dude. Innocent people.
I know, Andy.
8-year-old kids and stuff like that.
I know.
I thought more people died in the Boston Marathon.
No, they didn't. But
how many died, do you think?
I'd say 15.
3.
Oh, really?
I think the 4th person was the police officer.
Blew their legs off and stuff like that. Hands.
Oh, lots of limbs and stuff like that.
Doesn't matter. You tried to kill 100,000 people. Like, you tried to. Now, is he the worst human being on planet Earth?
No, one of them.
I think he was more confused. I think the religion got to him more than anything.
I think he's an angry, crazy man.
I think he got caught up in hardcore psycho religious.
You think it can really change your brain chemistry?
Yes.
To do something like that?
What do you think's happened for the past 20,000 years? What do you think's happened even with Christians and Catholic? Yes, dude. What do you think all these wars in history are about? They're about fucking religion and land and religion and land and religion. Hardcore. Christians did crazy things. Fucking Spanish fucking...
Is hockey a religion?
To you it is.
Where would I worship?
I don't know. I don't know.
We appreciate Sam Gagner. We got some other good stuff happening. It's always different. Just for our listeners, maybe you can break it down.
What?
Interviewing current players versus former players.
Yeah, the current players are usually very robotronic for the most part. You know,
He wasn't though.
he was a little bit.
No, I think you can't be like, what was that guy like as a teammate? You know,
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I know how it is.
And they're like still playing, or
I know.
how is this guy as a coach?
Yeah,
tough.
they're still playing, dude. It's tough, but it's good to get current guys on.
Mm-hmm.
We were due for a current guy,
Yes.
and we got one.
Mm-hmm.
And but we like to mix it up. We'll get an owner on. We'll get a GM on.
Right.
We'll get a coach on. We'll get a current player.
Right.
And we'll get a fucking
Big shout out to Bill Foley who joined us, man.
Hell yeah, dude. We get the owners on, dude.
We the interview we had with Bill Foley was amazing.
Fantastic. Fucking
Absolutely
West Point shit kicker.
amazing.
Badass dude. He called it, didn't he? 6 years, baby.
I know.
Good for him, man. I like that team. I like that organization.
Mm-hmm.
I like the players. I like the city.
Hell yeah.
Vegas,
Hell
baby.
yeah. Hell
That's my
yeah.
favorite team in the league right now.
I like Hair Club.
I like Hair Club too. Goddamn right.
What do you like the most about them?
I got hair.
Well, they did that for you.
I got hair, and it's still there.
Hairclub.com.
Now I need a little bit more work done.
800-279-7878.
I got to get back in there, Hair Club.
800-279-7878. Call Hair Club and call them today, will you? Thank you. Call Hair Club and call them today and ask about all the services they can do for you.
They'll do it.
And
They'll get you.
And you can look like Tristan.
From Legends of the Fall.
We do our NHL Flow of the Week. I don't know who the last one we just did. We might have to find out.
Willie Carlson, wasn't it? Fuck yeah.
Incredible
motherfucker.
flow.
God dang right. Willie Carlson. Love him.
His wife has great flow, too.
She's a beautiful woman.
You think it's bad if I take Ty to Hooters for lunch?
No. But you're inviting, at that age, confusion.
He wants to go.
Oh, then go.
And my nephew wants to come with us,
Then
too.
take him. My dad used to do that back in the day.
You just
But I'm staring at their breasts
well,
as a
you
young kid.
just get the shrimp.
I'm staring at their fucking breasts.
Oh, that's what you...
I'm staring.
sorry. I thought for like the shrimp.
No. Like
The
the
buffalo
breasts are
shrimp.
You Ty's gonna be like, yeah, let him be that way. I think. You know, he's gonna start locking himself in his room when he gets a little bit older. Keep taking him to Hooters.
Bobby Plager used to take his grandkids there.
Oh, I know. It ain't bad. There's a couple places that in St. Louis I wouldn't take him to, like
So my little...
like a couple other places. But I think Hooters is okay.
My 10-year-old nephew, who...
10 years old? Yeah.
He was like, well, I told him and Ty that I was going to take them to Hooters. So then at the family graduation party the other day, he says to me in front of all these people, Uncle Andy, when are we going to Hooters? And everybody's like, what? I'm like,
Fuck that. Take him.
Like soon.
Dude, we would go to Hooters on road trips when we were 10 for AAA hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah. And we'd all be like, You know, look, you're a young kid. You want to see good-looking women. And if you don't, then you don't. But
Hooters, baby.
I'd go. I don't think
Hooters makes you happy.
I don't think that's a big deal. And they got pretty goddamn good chicken wings.
Yes.
They're pretty dang good.
That's why we go, dude.
They're thick, crispy,
curly fries.
fucking good chicken wings.
I'd get those buffalo shrimp, too.
And the girls are pretty good looking, man. Like they
used to be. I haven't been there in a long time.
I haven't been there in a while either.
So I don't know what's going on. I bet you it's very Hoosier.
It depends on where you go. Where you at? You're not going to a Hoosier place. You're going to go to the Hooters?
They still have them around.
Probably by you.
Is there one?
Probably not.
Probably not. Probably out by you. Probably have to hit it on the way home.
I wish Eureka got a Hooters. That place would be packed. It would be packed every night. And you know what? I'd go. I would go to... If Eureka got a Hooters, you think those good old boys...
Does anybody get Hooters to go, you think?
Yeah, chicken wings. Their chicken wings are good.
Yeah.
Andy, their chicken wings are thick, fucking crispy.
Right.
Do you eat that chicken wings?
I haven't had one in quite a while.
Oh, my God. You don't...
Well, from Hooters, I haven't.
Like, Andy doesn't eat anything.
It's not
like,
true.
how do you go places?
That's not true.
What do you get there? A salad? Like, what do you get at Hooters?
When are we going to Olive and Oak?
Why don't you answer
day
the
are we
question? Oh, I'll let you know. See,
Is it this weekend?
no, this weekend I'm golfing and doing a couple things, baby.
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing a couple things this weekend, homeboy. I'm getting my mind right.
I'm going to evaluate your golf game tomorrow, dude.
I'll be banged up, and I'll still fucking rock it.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Firstform.com, baby.
Yeah, right to that, too. Right to that, too. Good God.
I got a lot of options when I get home. What do I want to go with the protein? Do I want to do the fruits
I got the
and
beef
greens?
stick right yonder.
Well, there you go. That'll
It's been
get
a
you
long
through.
fucking day in here.
We're waiting to do an interview.
Got to do another interview after this. I'm like, God.
And
damn.
so I brought plenty of First Form bars for everybody.
Yeah. They got good stuff,
Always
man.
can share. Hey, check out the incredible apparel, though, man.
Oh, my God. Their stuff is so
Incredible.
comfy.
Always
and
use our
good.
link, firstform.com/Cam Strick. Say hi to First Form Nick.
What up, Nicky boy?
He's coming to dinner with us, right?
Yes, he is.
Did you ask him yet?
Not yet.
Okay, well, make sure you do it.
No, I will.
Just do it now.
I'll wait for him and his lovely wife, too.
Yeah. Make sure they know because they're coming to dinner with us. Firstform.com/Cam Strick. Check it out. Use our link and get yourself headed in the right direction and download that app, man. The app will take you to the next level. Take you places you've never been before, really.
Dang right.
We love our friends over there at First Form.
Hell yeah.
First Form and firstform.com. Tesson Roofing, like we mentioned, tessonroofing.com. Ask about the greener shingles. Ask about Brett Tesson.
Nasty weather's coming, just so you guys know.
Well, that's a warning shot.
No, it is.
It's a warning.
You got hail coming.
Yeah.
You got hail coming. It's going to fuck your roof up.
Greener shingles rejuvenator, Cam. It increases the lifespan of your roof, just so you know.
Take advantage of all that stuff.
5 years to the longevity with each application.
You live in Missouri like that, man? Dude, you're going to get rocked. You're going to get rocked by shitty weather.
TessonRoofing.com. Tell them we sent you.
Damn right.
And, of course, Bellman and Bellman.com. We love our friends over there at Bellman. There's no better car dealership you're going to find in the entire region, let alone the entire North America.
Damn right, dude. They're the best of the best with no swinging dicks.
At Bellman, yeah, you get no what?
Swinging dicks.
That's right.
I told you.
Where are they located?
Troy, Missouri.
It's a hop,
Shit
skip, and a
kickers.
jump right from where
Shit
we're at
kickers
right
over
here.
there, man.
And again, no matter what you're looking for, and no matter how bad your credit score is, doesn't even matter. They're going to take care of
They'll
you.
take
Say
care
hi to
of you.
Danny Boy and
Danny,
Kenny
what up?
and
Kenny,
Dale, everybody.
Dale, how are you?
Everybody. Man.
How are you? Dang right.
All right, CamAndStrick.com. That's our website. Check out our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything at Cam and Strick, man. It's easy to get to.
Yep.
Hit the like button. I want to see some reviews, though, man. Keep those reviews coming in.
Yeah, we need them.
I want 5 stars.
Yeah.
5-star reviews. If you need to be honest or if you have any issues, whatever, go ahead and
Tell
message
us.
us, man, and let us know what the issues are. Always love hearing from the listeners, man. We do each and every week. And I hear from different people, new people all the time, too, which is always fun. So,
Damn right. We
again,
love it.
any more suggestions for where we should go to the Cape? All right, we appreciate everybody, all the support, man. And, of course, most importantly, Sam Gagner.
Damn right.
And best of luck to him and his family and everybody up there in Muskoka. And if you're an NHL team out there, sign this guy, man.
No shit.
Hook him up.
Damn
and,
right.
Increase your knowledge and your leadership inside your dressing room.
Yeah, he'll
all
do
at
it.
the same time.
He'll do it.
All right, we appreciate everybody.
Love you guys. Love all y'all. Follow all of us on everything.
Adios.
Keep in touch.